bad shooting over here. And we have one person dead, and some others were shot by stray bullets. I didn't even know that was a cop car right there. So we've got every single police officer in Fort Worth here because this is the entertainment district and it's supposed to be the safest place. But you can't keep people safe if people are going to be ignorant and bring a gun. Okay, now we do have flock cameras here, so the flock cameras are going to pick everything up for sure. This guy's not going to get away. They have the helicopter up, right? They have the helicopter up, everything's going. They're going to catch this guy. There's no way he got away because there's so many flock cameras over in this area. Let's see if I can get in a little closer here. So we have one person dead and a couple other two were injured. They're sending all the leftover people home or to the rest of the city because they don't need that many here. They're calling CSI in. It's CSI's already here doing everything. So they're sending all these extra people back to their regular shifts and their regular places where they need to be. So some of the people are walking away from the bar that the shooting was at. It was outside this bar. Am I still buffering? I hope I'm not still buffering. So I restarted the stream to make sure. So, oh, I was like, she's gonna drive with her door open. Okay, so they're starting to let people go that were witnesses over here. But they've got the crime scene tape up. They're gonna. I don't know if they've moved the body or not. But people are pouring out of the club since they've closed, and they don't know what's going on. Of course, we have people living right here, in these places right here.
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. He's probably underage. He's probably 16. He's 16. He's 16. This is why this area is not safe anymore. With these flock cameras, they've caught everything for sure. So we got lots of people just pouring out because we had 2 girls hit that weren't involved. It happened right in front of this club here. So they're going to be here a while because when they have crime scenes like this, it takes forever to process them. However, the flock cameras, this guy's already cooked. So we've paid millions and millions of dollars for these flock cameras that I've always said I don't want. And for privacy and that. But sometimes, do we exchange the privacy for the? Do we exchange the privacy to have the? Do we exchange the privacy for safeness? I mean, if you have to give up safeness, how's that phrase go that Jefferson said? If you give up something, liberty. Oh, what's that? If you give up liberty or something, you guys know that phrase? You know what it is, Kay Stevenson. Something about if you give up liberty, we don't want to give up our freedoms. Because just one person going to jail innocent is not cool. But these flock cameras, although they got this guy probably nailed, they're still invading all our privacy. What is that? What is that thing? What is that phrase? You get neither liberty or freedom. Yeah, well, how's the rest of it go? I can't remember. I can't remember how the rest of that goes. Jaylee, you wouldn't know because you're over there in the UK. We got that phrase in the revolution. But every single police officer in Fort Worth is here. Yeah, freedom for safety. So that's right, Zetteltramp. That's right, Kay Stevenson. I knew the girls would get it. So, I don't know. This guy in this t-shirt's trying to find out about something at the club, and they're not telling him what he wants to know. There's the heroes. The one in the blonde, she sure was yelling and snipping. Boy. Oh, they're rookies. Are they rookies? They might be rookies. That blonde-haired girl's loudmouth. She thought she was something else. She liked that power with that badge. They told her to stand on the line and make sure nobody came across. Boy, she did that job. She made sure nobody came across that line. Ooh, who had to sit in the back? Someone had to sit in the back where the prisoners sit. That's West End. Why the Westers? Oh, well. So every single police unit's here, plus the helicopter's up. But they got this guy already. There's so many flock cameras over here. This entertainment district that the city poured so much money into, gave bunches of people like tax-free places, gave them tax breaks, paid them to come out here. They all went out of business. They all went out of business because they couldn't get business. There she is again, the pretty girl. There's that pretty girl again. There's that pretty girl again. So, yeah. So the entertainment district really lost its luster when those restaurants. They had something for everybody out here. Now everything's for the kids that didn't go to college and stuff. Because all the TCU kids quit coming over here and they started going over to the stockyards. Now this is the second major shooting of kids over here. So that's not good. Second one. Huh? What happened? What's wrong? What's wrong, mister? Hey! They're calling each other out over here. Ooh, look at those wheels. Those are cool. Blue and reds. So we got a unit over here. We've had every single unit's out here. Every single stripe is out here. They're all here. All of them. The whole gang's here. They just started sending the leftovers back to their regular units or places because they were leaving the rest of the city uncovered. But 2 girls got hit in the crossfire, or not crossfire, in the deal. One person was shot in the head and killed. A boy. I don't know if he was targeted or if they were just doing drive-bys. We'll find that out probably tomorrow. Hummer's cute. Hummer with a pickup on the back here. So a lot of people point out the clubs don't know what's going on. I don't know where the after party is. I'll go find out. They've been like changing it from different places, underground places. We got all the other units now, extra units, just patrolling the streets. Not patrolling, trolling. A lot of the kids have already climbed into their vehicles and left. But yeah, they built all these apartments, gave them tax-free dollars, and gave them all kinds of incentives. And now this place is just, I mean, the sidewalks aren't even. I mean, they didn't put enough money into it. I mean, they did, but then it was over-policed for a while. This is where I got attacked, by the way, by Officer Kruger. Right here in the entertainment district. Oh, I hear sirens. But, yeah, it's a pretty bad shooting because it's the second major one. The last one, the mayor went crazy on because she knew him. She probably know this one too, but nobody knows who she is. Nobody knows the name of the mayor. I bet you don't believe me. I'll prove it. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it.
Where are you going?
I'm going to ask you a question, and you're not going to know the answer.
Okay.
Who's the mayor of Fort Worth?
Huh?
Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? Don't tell them.
Wait,
the mayor of Fort Worth.
Shit.
She thinks she's so hot. She thinks she's so cool.
Hey, we can't do that.
Maddie. It's a woman. Maddie.
It is a woman.
Maddie,
Maddie,
yeah.
Maddie.
It's Maddie, yeah. But see, she just thinks she's so cool, and nobody knows her name.
I know it.
God bless me.
You knew it? She took away public speaking now.
I did, yeah.
So you knew about that?
Okay, girl, I like your little bracelet.
Oh, thank you. My necklace. Did you hear about that lady that got clobbered over here by a cop, right down the street? That was me.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
From the cop.
Really?
Yeah, and she didn't do anything about it because the police officers union found that he did no wrongdoing. They investigated themselves. He told me to move across the street, said my name, move across the street. 12 seconds later, I was knocked unconscious. Both my orbital
Who was you
bones were
knocked
broken.
unconscious by?
The cop.
do you sue them?
Swear.
I'm in the process of suing. I got to win the
Why
appeal
don't you
first.
win?
I lost my case. I got.
Oh, they some
No,
hoes,
they.
but you look cute, girl.
Thank you. They got me for interference of public duties because we weren't allowed to put him on the stand. Oh, is this where the after party is? That's from. I was going to ask people where the after party is. Yes, can you tell me who the mayor of Fort Worth is?
Wait, screw this.
That was
I
good.
can tell you that.
Do it again.
I can tell you that.
That was great. That was great. Do you know who the mayor of Fort Worth is? Mayor of Fort Worth. The mayor of Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Oh, wait. The governor? From here? Mayor? I know
Thank
the
you.
governor.
Told you.
Mayor.
Who's? Oh, you know the governor?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a leg to stand on though. Yeah, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Thank you. I appreciate that because the mayor thinks that she's doing a lot. And nobody even knows her name. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. I'll come over later. All right. I'll bring some beer or something. Okay. So no one knows who the mayor of Fort Worth is. I'm going to prove that to her because that's ridiculous. How do they not know? And she's so cool. Look at this. Someone's got the Halloween spirit, and it's still here. That's good. Do rag. I do. It's starting to get a little windy here. I don't like the wind. Do not like the wind. Oh, I'm backwards towards it. Just stay out of the wind. Stay well out of the wind. Has nobody. They think they're so cool, the city council members and everybody, and nobody even knows who they are. Nobody even knows who they are. I'm gonna put a video together. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? And they don't know. More shorts. It's crazy. Okay, welcome in, guys. Okay, so we have a shooting down here where every single cop is down here. So we're just gonna see if anybody down here knows what's going on, because can I ask you a question? You're not gonna know the answer. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? I knew it. She thinks she's so cool. She thinks she's doing so much. You don't even know her name. Do you know your councilman? What? No, they refused to. They just took away the public speaking. Thank you, sir. You too. See? Not even old people. Not even old people know. Let's sneak across here. Whoa. Y'all are so cute. You are so cute. Well, at least you're not with other girls. You're not going to get caught by. You're not. At least you guys aren't cheating on your girlfriends. Right? I'm going to ask you a question. None of y'all are going to know the answer. Not one of you. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth?
I'm the truth. Huh?
Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? The mayor.
We're not from Fort Worth.
Oh, where y'all from?
We're from D-Town.
Okay, well, who's the mayor over there? Who's the mayor over there? Thanks for coming, you guys. Let me see this truck here. This is what's really cool right now in Texas. Is this? Look at all the stuff he's got on it. This is so nice. Look up. That's awesome. Okay, so thanks for coming in. So I'm going to show you again. We're 1 block away from where all the activity is. We had a shooting over here. A boy was murdered. He got shot in the head. He was gone instantly. A couple other girls got hit by bullets. We don't know this. We don't know yet if it's gang related. We don't know. We don't know if he was just a random. We don't know what happened to him. So we have no idea. We don't know if he was gang or if it was targeted. Or if it was somebody, we think it's somebody I think it's somebody driving, only because they have the helicopter up. So people don't even know what's going on down there. So, is he carrying her shoes for her? Oh, he is. He's carrying her shoes. That's so nice. Look, this is the right kind of man to have. He's carrying her shoes. Yeah. That's awesome. So, do y'all know what happened down here?
No.
There was a shooting. A boy died.
Right now?
Yeah. It's been a while, but everybody's in the clubs. They didn't know.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
2 girls got shot too, but
Oh gosh, no.
it's supposed to be a safe place. But look at this. I've never seen this. This is great. You should have put flip flops in your purse. Look at that. That's a man to have. You're lucky, lady.
Thank you.
Okay, so nobody knows because they're spilling out of the clubs. They don't know what's going on. Wow, that's kind of cool. It's a flatbed, but it still looks cool. Some pictures of that. Wow, how can a flatbed truck look cool? roads are just crazy over here, guys. Let's see if I need some more of those here in a minute. So we got some police activity down at the other end, but there's always police activity down there. But I don't know how you can make a flatbed look cool, but this one does. Maybe a little window down. I was looking at your ride. I don't know how you make the flatbed look cool, but it's a really nice truck for being a flatbed. So that's why I was checking out your ride. So it's a nice truck. Okay. The guys like the trucks, that's why I show them. Ooh, there's a nice little Escalade. It's an Escalade. Oh, the wheels. Look at this truck. This is a nice truck too, man. You don't have the lights on the wheels, but it's still nice. Nice truck. It's a nice truck. We'll go up here and turn. We'll take you right down here. We're going to turn right at this block up here. Can I ask you a question? You're not going to know the answer. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? Do you know? Nobody knows. She sure thinks she's cool, but nobody knows your name, lady. Nobody knows your name. Nobody knows who the hell you are, and you're spending all the money, and nobody knows who you are. I'm gonna put a compilation together with that. So, it's a black Uber. Those are Ubers. I knew you wouldn't know the answer. Oh, you're so close, man. She was the one before. It's Maddie Parker. But she just took away like the citizens' rights to go speak at the meetings. She took away free speech. So are you in college?
Question.
Yes, you can ask me.
Were you the one that was?
Yes, that was me. That's me.
Hey, I was there. I got the video.
You're the one that took the video down from the top?
No, I didn't post it. I have another video. I saw the video. I have another video.
You have another video? So I'm following you now.
No, it's not.
So,
It's not, but-
wait, is it like
but
from a...
in
Well, I'm
my
not going to really
opinion-
follow
in my
you.
opinion, you should chill.
I should have chilled?
You should chill.
But why? Like, he told me, like, see, the thing is we're allowed to film the police.
That was crazy.
Right,
Look,
yeah.
look,
Okay, go ahead. You tell me why.
Look,
Go ahead.
I read the paper online every day,
Yeah. Tell me, I want to know. I want to know other people's opinions.
and I saw it posted.
Yeah.
But you know, like, you should chill.
I should have chilled when.
They told you back away. He told you back away.
But were you there?
Yes, I was there.
I was there in that whole area for like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yes,
Nobody
I
said
was there.
anything to
I was at
me.
Reservoir.
Are you
I was at
cop?
Reservoir.
Okay. So how come nobody had cones up? How come nobody told me to move? How come nobody else did except for Kruger got out of his vehicle to come to me? He knew my name.
No, I mean, I've learned that you do what you do. You do
But they
content.
knew me. They knew me. I mean, they knew me. I was in that whole area.
No, they take advantage of you.
Who does? Cops. Oh, yeah, I've been arrested so many times.
No, why?
Why?
Hopefully you did good off that.
I mean, I didn't. I have legal bills so it's bad. I can't. I have ringing in my ears. I have memory loss.
So why did you post it?
Why did I post it? I'm still going to keep going because I'm not going to let them scare me away because I want to uncover everything I can about them because he was fired at his last job, excessive force.
No, I respect that. But yeah,
Right.
I was there.
But he
I
gave
saw
me
it, I was
12
like,
seconds to move.
Hey,
That's
I was like, what the fuck?
But you're saying that 12 seconds was enough because all I did was say why. Why do I got to go across the street?
No, but look.
What's wrong with
look,
that?
I'm Mexican. I don't know if you're Mexican, but when they tell you back away, you
Hey,
back
I lived in
away.
Mexico City. But wait a minute. He didn't tell me to back away.
You did.
No, he didn't. He said, Carolina, we're busy now. Go across the street. I said, you're not doing anything because nobody told me to move. So just tell me why first. The girl started to tell me. She started to tell me, and he said, that's it. Turned me around, put my arm on a socket, threw me face
Look,
first.
I mean, did you see, no?
I know, but
I
I'm
was
just telling
there.
you. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
But you weren't there. Like,
I was there,
But-
girl.
but
I
how
was
come
there.
you didn't-
I
how
have
come
a
you didn't
fucking-
tell me to
I have a
leave?
fucking video. I have a fucking video.
why didn't you tell me to leave?
Huh?
Why didn't you tell me to leave? What would they? I mean,
I'm on my business. I'm from the hood. I'm from Northside. Which is you.
so you know,
I'm on my
Mata.
I'm on my business.
Yeah, but still, like, how was I supposed to know they're investigating anything? They wouldn't talk to me. They refused to talk to me. I even said fire, 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 and I didn't turn around.
Nice to meet you. Just know I have the video. Like,
Why
yeah,
won't you give it to
ever
me? I
seen-
got to show it to people. So what angle were you at? You can tell me where you're taking.
On
Top of the
I
parking
wasn't
garage?
more.
Okay. So were you the one that gave the on top? Was
I
that?
give nobody nothing.
Okay.
You never seen
So
my
you
video.
started filming when I walked up there, huh?
Yes. I was like, what is she doing?
Well, I mean, he called me. He walked up to me.
I didn't know that's what you did for a living. And
Yeah.
then I found out.
They knew. They all knew.
I didn't know. I don't know you.
Now you do. I'm Carolina.
And I found out. I was like, I was fucking right there. I had
You
a
were right
fucking
there,
video.
dude. I mean, but see, the thing is, we have Turner versus Driver. We're allowed to film them. So they always tell us to, you can film, but you got to move over there. But then they let other people walk through, right? But if we film them, they don't violate people's rights. And like yesterday, I was in the stockyards, and they took these kids out of a car. They handcuffed them. They've ID'd every single one of them in the car. They stopped them for something that wasn't even true, because I was right there in the intersection when they did it. They searched their vehicle. They violated their rights.
Why do you do that?
Why do I do it? Because I want my kids to have the same freedoms I have. And it's what's happening is it's not happening. It's not happening.
Just go, hey, look,
It's
look.
not happening.
Hey, you, my name is Sean Vidal.
Sean, what?
Sean Vidal.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
I'm a little.
Yeah, look, I don't know how to spell Obregar.
You can look later.
I don't know how to spell Obregar.
North Sun with TCU.
Do you know? Okay. Well, I went to Midwestern State, got my criminal justice degree. All right. So we're gonna have to figure out who that guy is. Wow, you guys. Did y'all hear that? I should have asked him who the mayor of Fort Worth was. What's happening is not happening. What? Okay. What happened was, for people that are just coming through, is that last year I was walking around and watching them pull. They were actually towing cars. So I was filming them towing cars. I was in that parking lot for like 30 minutes, and then Officer Kruger got out of his vehicle, and they were ignoring me. So I was asking the officers all around me, well, what's going on? Can someone tell me what's happening? And they would, like, I'd walk up to them and very politely say, can someone tell me what's going on? And they would ignore me. Their orders were not to interact with me, but their orders weren't to ignore me. Their orders were not to interact with me because I make them look stupid. Well, what happened is they were ignoring me. So as to the ladies, who I usually mess with anyways, they were walking away from me, and I started going, fire, fire, rape, help, fire, fire. And they didn't even turn around. Then Officer Kruger exited his vehicle as I was walking behind the girls, walked up to me and said, and I'm going to quote, it only took 12 seconds. He said, Carolina, we're busy. Go across the street. I said, why? You guys aren't doing anything. What's going on? You're not doing anything. Because nobody would tell me what they were doing. They didn't tell me to leave the parking lot. I was all over that parking lot. They didn't put cones up. They didn't put criminal tape up. They didn't put nothing up. How was I supposed to know? So again, he said, he came out of his vehicle. He walked up to me. I didn't walk up to him. He walked up to me. He said, Carolina, we're busy. Go across the street. And I said, why? You guys aren't doing anything. What's going on? What's going on? You guys aren't even doing anything. You're not investigating anything. And the girl started to tell me. And then before she could tell me, he goes, I'm not going to tell you again. If I tell you again, I'm going to arrest you. And she started to tell me what was going on. I turned to look at her, and I said, okay, tell me why first. I said, wait a minute. Let me start all over. See, I have memory loss. I'll do it again. I'm walking around the parking lot. He comes out of his vehicle. He walks up to me, Officer Kruger, and he says, Carolina, go across the street. We're busy right now. He directed me with my name. I said, why? You guys aren't doing anything. What's going on? You guys aren't doing anything. He goes, if I have to tell you again, I will arrest you. And I said, okay, but tell me why first. And the lady started to say, she said, well, what we're investigating. And he goes, put your hands behind your back. And I went, no. But she was telling me what was going on. I put my arm behind my back. You can see that in the video. And he pulled it out of socket, threw me face first into the ground, broke both my bones on my eye sockets, cut my face all up, and knocked me unconscious, where I was doing agonal breathing. Do you know what agonal breathing is? Where you're snoring, and that boxers do that. That means your body's dying and your brain is trying to keep you awake. I woke up chained to a hospital bed. That's where I woke up, in the hospital, chained to the bed. That's how I woke up after I became conscious again. So anyways, he writes the affidavit up. In his affidavit, he said, I wanted her to go across the street because we were working a hit and run situation. Well, like I said, they have the flock cameras here. These FOC cameras can spy on everybody anytime. Let's see if there's one up here. Yeah, there's one right up there. Right up here. Us right there. Probably listening to what I'm saying. They can get sound too. So anyways, if they had the FOC cameras, they supposedly hit somebody when he was pulling into the parking spot. I didn't see any damage on the vehicle. They had a tow truck that they were towing it. The tow truck was backing up. Beep, 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 beep. But that's what he said in his affidavit. He said that he was afraid that I was going to walk up to his vehicle where he was, where I didn't even see him, and film what he was doing inside his car, which was he was looking on his computer at the FOC cameras trying to find the kid that left the vehicle, left the scene of the crime. He probably didn't even know he hit it, because if he didn't run away from the car, they said, he just walked away. All right. So he said that so I didn't interfere. This is what he wrote in his affidavit. He also said that I made a false report by yelling fire, fire, fire. Well, for false reporting, you have to have 4 elements. Every crime has elements. For false reporting, you have to say fire. You have to make the people come to the emergency that you just made up. You have to make people be scared. That's a true false report. But these girls knew that I was playing. They knew they weren't going to answer me. And I say that to them all the time when they walk away from me. Fire, fire, fire. Showing my audience how they don't pay attention to me at all. They ignore me. They're insignificant. I'm dirt under the sole of the shoe. So, and then he also put me down for resisting arrest and evasion. Evasion means I tried to run away. I didn't try to run away, and I didn't resist. When he was telling me to quit resisting, I was already unconscious. But see, what happened was on the film that I was talking about, the one that was from on top of the building, they didn't know that footage existed. That's why he wrote that affidavit the way he did. He thought he only had his body camera, my footage, but they didn't have that footage from on top of where that man said he was. That was like a security video. They didn't know we had that, and it showed everything. It showed everything. So when I put my arm behind my back, he just started rocking me, and I was losing my balance. So it didn't even look like I was resisting. All right, so then we go to court. It's time to go to court. They dropped the resisting and the evasion because the whole deal is before you go to court, they always have like arguments of what's going to be shown, what's not going to be shown, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, they did not want to put him on the witness stand. They did not want to change this from interfering with public duties to something called excessive force. So they argued. You're supposed to have legal reasons why you want something done. Everything that the DA asked for, the judge gave him. They did not allow him to go on the witness stand because they said that would be an impeachment, that it wouldn't be fair to the state, because then we would turn it into a circus and show the excessive force on the video. So we were allowed to show the video, but just into the point where he said you're under arrest. We weren't allowed to show anything else. I wasn't allowed to face my accuser on the stand. Also, when they send the jury back, they have instructions on the paper. They can't use the internet to look stuff up. They can only use the instruction that's on the paper. I just told you that hindrance has to have several elements to it. When they went back to figure out if I was guilty or not of that, they didn't put all the elements down on the paper. So they had to, but they found me not guilty on that because it's obvious on the video I was playing, right? They didn't put, what's that? They didn't put all the elements of the crime on there. So it just wasn't a fair trial. They said because I interfered because I didn't comply to his orders. That's part of interference. I never walked up to him. He walked up to me. If anything, he was interfering with my filming because I'm allowed to film. Other people were walking through who didn't have cameras, but I was the only one ordered to go across the street. All right? Only me, because I had the camera. And because what happened was, the week before he did that to me, my partner, Manuel Mata, he's my coworker, he had actually been out here, walked across the street. Kruger pulled a gun on him and said he was jaywalking. So he pulled a gun on him for jaywalking, and that case went to court and got dismissed. Then, after that happened, Manuel and I and Harvey Freebird and Whitebeard came out here. He said we were harassing him. He said we were harassing him out here, and he wanted to press charges against us. And the DA said, no, you can't do that. That's your job. You have to take the harassment. So anyways, the jury found me guilty of interference because I did not comply. Because on the instruction paper, which we objected to, they added to the elements of interference. If you look it up in the Texas Penal Code, it doesn't have that on there. But because they said that, they put an instruction that interference is when someone does not comply with a lawful order of a cop. Problem is, it wasn't a lawful order because I am allowed to film the police. I'm allowed to film them. There was no crime scene tape up. There was no cones up. And I was there for over 30 minutes. And nobody asked me to move. Nobody. Only Kruger getting out of his car and coming up to me and telling me to go across the street had his body cam on. If they were investigating something, why was his the only body cam on and not one other officer over there had his body camera turned on? Not one. I'm going to go back over here where what happened over here. So there's a shooting over here tonight, you guys. Not one other person had their body camera on. Not one. So they weren't investigating anything. Also, when I started to film, everything I said was used against me on that film. I came out of my vehicle and I said, okay, let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. He told the jury, see, she was looking for trouble because she started the video by saying, let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. He also told the jury that these people, if you don't convict her, you're going to say that it's okay for her to do what she does. It's okay for her to go to churches and follow people to their cars and ask questions. It's okay to film people while they're eating outside. I never did any of those things. I never did that. But he told the jury that if they didn't convict me, whoa, that's cool, that it was okay that you agreed with the shenanigans that I did. He was trying to put me in jail for a year. Well, what happened was the jury came back guilty of interference, not guilty of false reporting. And man, he was so mad, the DA, the assistant DA. And the assistant DA they put on my case, he normally does, he's called the death DA because he's the one that tries to put people to death. But he left his death cases to come fuck with me for an interference case. So we weren't allowed to put the guy on the stand. We weren't allowed to show the affidavit he wrote. We weren't allowed to question him in any way. We weren't allowed to put into evidence that he was fired at his last job for excessive force and not following policy. We weren't allowed to put in to show that. So we ordered, here's another thing. We ordered papers from his last job, right? The papers didn't get there in time for the jury. They got there the day before we started the trial. The judge said, I'm going to look over those papers tonight. And if there's anything in there that could exonerate your client, I'll postpone the trial and we can get started in another date. So we come to the trial and he's like, oh, I read all those papers. There was nothing in it that would exonerate her. Problem is that I just told you my partner, Manuel Mata, for his trial, he got the papers in time. And in those papers that we didn't get to see, he was on the Brady list, meaning he wasn't allowed to testify because he's a liar. We weren't allowed to show that to the jury. But the judge saw that and said we could not have it. All right? So there's several things that kangaroos were there. The instructions weren't clear on the jury instructions. We weren't allowed to put Kruger, on the officer, on the stand, and I was able to confront my accuser. Right? Also, another thing that happened was when the jury came back with my punishment, and this really made the guy mad, they gave me 30 days in jail. Well, it's 3 for 1s here. So that meant I only had to spend 10 days. Well, I spent 3 the day that I got arrested. That counted as 3. And then the stupid DA, what he did was, like, can I ask you a question? You're not going to know the answer. You won't know. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? Who's the mayor of Fort Worth?
The mayor of Fort Worth? I don't even live in Fort Worth.
Oh, who's the mayor of your town?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual name, but I've seen him yesterday, actually.
Oh, you did? That's cool. But see, our mayor thinks she's all that, and nobody knows who she is. She's spending all. She's yeah.
It's a female, right?
Yeah, her name's Maddie
She's
Parker.
been there for what, two terms?
Yeah, 2 terms. Her name's Maddie Parker, but people don't get out and vote. Only the rich white people go out to vote. True. True. That's what happens. So.
I'm technically not in Fort Worth, but I'm right outside of Fort Worth.
Are you in Arlington?
Nah, I'm north.
Oh, you're in up there by Joshua and all that, or wait, is that north? Justin, that's right.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, did you miss your car?
You know what happened over here?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Do you want to know? I'm going to tell you.
Know it.
What?
I talked to him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So one person died, right? Was it, do you know?
Is he dead or is there?
He's dead. He got shot in the head, is what I understand.
Oh.
But here's my question. Was he targeted or was it just a drive-by? Okay.
I don't think it was even that either. I think it was just
They're doing this, what they're doing right now,
mad and shooting.
we call that a powwow. They're just about ready to clear out and just leave the CSI people here. That's called a powwow. Can you tell why?
Oh, it's just out here.
See how they're all like gathered like a powwow? Thank you. So, anyways. So, they came back and so I had like 3 or 4 days whenever I was arrested and had to go to the hospital and all that. But in between, like, they found me guilty and the next day they were going to come back and give me punishment. They made me spend the night in jail, but the judge ordered me to go down there in my regular clothes and stay in a holding cell by myself. But when they took me to the jail, they scrubbed my makeup off. They put me in prison clothes. They sent me up to a pod. I was like 2 hours late to the court. Right? They couldn't find my clothes. It was ridiculous. They didn't follow the orders. And because he just wanted me to spend that was another night. That was another night in jail. So, because they gave me 30 days, that meant I only had to spend like 4 days there. So I said, okay, I can go do 4 days. That's fine. I'll go do it. Well, when I got there, and it was my last day of jail. 10 o'clock. I only had like 2 more hours to go. No, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. The last day I was there. And what happened was they pulled me out of jail, took me down to see the judge in my uniform with my sandals, without socks. And the judge said, yeah, the jury, they gave that punishment. I don't think 30 days in jail is really good for you. So I'm going to go ahead and take you out, and I'm going to put you on probation, and I'm going to waive all the fees for your appeal. So I'm going to let you out on appeal bond, but there's conditions to your bond. I said, no, I'll just finish my jail time. Then I wouldn't have any conditions, right? So they would not let me not have it. They forced me to sign the paper. I'm really forced. So now I'm under conditions. And the biggest condition is I lost my First Amendment right. In other words, now I have to spend 25 feet away from them. I can't ask them questions. I can't walk up to that crime scene tape. I can't do anything. I can't go to any of the, I have to go take drug tests every month. It's a bitch. But I'm suing them, and there's a crime scene lab. But what's really, that's why, and I'm every time I go to give the drug test, I get mad. Every time. It's just maddening for me. So, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. So, that's what's going on. That lady was saying she liked my bracelet. So that's what's going on. So there was kangaroos bouncing everywhere in court, like every place in court. But it just like, wasn't fair. So what then we had to do, we asked for a retrial. We got the retrial, or what is it called? It's not the appeal, but it's before the appeal. You can go to have a hearing to ask for a retrial. Well, the judge that had the trial put a substitute in. And the substitute did not want to go against whatever, we listed, he was fired at his last job, he didn't get put on the stand, they gave the wrong instructions to the jury, this and that, we listed everything that was wrong, that they did procedurally wrong. And he did not give us a retrial at all. He did not give us it. So then, what happened is we had an appeal. So it's under the Court of Appeals right now. So the papers are already there. We're just waiting for the answer. That's what's going on right now with that. So that's the whole case in a nutshell. But yeah, we're suing. Definitely suing. You can just go, if you go on Google right now and just type in Carolina Rodriguez or Carolina in Fort Worth, it'll show you my face. It'll show you. So, anyways, Terdy Curves. Let's see, what's it say? PA shout out Terdy Casano from the Philippines. Oh, okay, I was thinking maybe, because it has a Spanish last name, so. Shit, is the guy right there? Did they leave the body or did they take the body? Usually they take the body away. Oh, I hate this guy. Haha, you're late. Shut up. Don't even talk to me, fat thing. Shut up. So ugly. Think you're all that? This guy's really rude to me, Manuel. Bootlicker, go away. forgot his name. And well would know. Anyways, there were so many kangaroos bouncing. Diesel 1904. If he was that cop, would have violated those rights, girls. Oh yeah. If I was a cop, I would have violated those rights. You would have knocked me out unconscious just for asking why do I have to go across the street. Sometimes, like when we film, it helps people because, like, I was at the stockyards yesterday and I was filming a group of boys that were illegally, unlawfully stopped because I saw the traffic stop. They were illegally identified. Because in Texas we have 3802. You only have to identify if you're under arrest. They were illegally searched their van. They made them. They detained them in handcuffs and set them on the side of the road. And they just violated their rights, but they didn't go take it a step further because the camera was watching. You know, you like my outfit, George. What's going on? Okay, so what happened over here was, this is supposed to be the safest place in Fort Worth. So we don't know if it's a drive-by or targeted, but a boy was murdered right here. I don't know if he's still in the vehicle. He might still be in the vehicle. This big old man right here, I can't remember his name, but every time me and Manuel show up at scenes like this, Manuel Mata, he tells the police lies about us and they come over and say stuff to us. Like he'll say, oh, they were underneath the crime tape, or oh, they did this, or oh, they did that. But he is on their side, so they give him statements, supposedly. Supposedly. He thinks he's this news guy, but he's just got a little tiny Facebook channel. That's it. Just a tiny little Facebook channel. But he thinks he's all that. What? Oh, Flying Grandpa. This is like, I have it on I put it on the vertical because I wanted to get some more exposure for my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is not getting the views it used to because I can't go out and audit the way I used to because of my probation conditions. So they want to see the old me, how I used to audit, and I can't put it out there because they took it away. So that's another thing we're suing for in court. We're going to show that the channel views dropped, and that was a cut in income, even though it was just like a couple $100. That was it. But we're still going to show that there was a loss in income because of the parole violation or the probation violations. I mean, because of the probation conditions. So Carlos Palomo, they see you, so you put them in check. Yes, that's what goes on. I also try to, like, if there's like what happened last night, usually I try to get up to them and say, look, I'm here for you. I'm not filming you, I'm filming the cops. And they're like, oh, thank you. A lot of them have heard of us. But last night, that kid was, you quit filming us, you old bitch, blah, 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 blah. Well, afterwards, he came up and told me he was sorry. And you're not going to believe who told him to chill out, to quit yelling at me because she's here to help you. The cop. The cop told him that. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, we try to help people. The ground is shaking. No, look, I can shake it and it's not shaking. I have it on a gimbal. Okay. No stone. No one cared. Someone. He retracted his message. Oh, so. Michael Montana. Do you file lawsuits when they beat you up? Yes, I didn't file it yet. I am filing it. Oh, I don't know if it's a drive-by or targeted, but one boy died and 2 girls were shot. But they have the flock camera, so that guy's cooked already. I eat there every day almost. At Domino's. Yeah. So, who got hit? It was a young kid, and I don't know. I think he might be in that car. Because CSI really has to measure everything. I don't know if the family's here yet. This boy must know him. Because he's been there doing this. I might wait a few minutes and go see if I need to help him call somebody or something. Hello? See how they ignore me? See? They just totally ignore me. Even when I cough. Or say, fire! 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 So. Brandon Shoulder. He likes McDonald's. Leave him alone. He eats because he's unhappy. He's unhappy because he eats. Oh, well. I say that to him because of what he's called us and what the names he said to us. I didn't mean to spit out that fat stuff because I just recently lost some weight myself. So I didn't want that just slipped out. Just trying to get him because of everything that he's done to us and written about us on his page. talking to me? So everything, because I'm just gonna do the payback for like what he wrote about us on his Facebook page. So that's why I did that. I shouldn't have done that. That was really bad. This is now. Is this recent? Yes. It's. Oh wait, what part? The part where the cop did that to me was last year in June. But see, what happened was, now we're waiting for the appeal. But my civil lawsuit lawyer, he says we don't have to wait for the appeal. We've got all other stuff on him already. The fact that he beat up that other lady in Irving on a job that he had before this. The fact that, you know, he tried to press charges against us. All that. But here's the worst. Oh, I knew that boy had something to do with it. Like he's friends with a kid or something. Here's the deal. Is that the Police Officers Association just gave him his job back. And you want to know why? Because I gave a speech at the city council about it. We have something called the Meet and Confer Agreement, which means that the city turned over all disciplinary matters over when it concerns the police to the police union. Well, the police union, they filed a complaint about him getting fired, and they hired somebody to come in and do an arbitration. They scheduled the arbitration on the same day that I had another trial for something else. They brought in 3 witnesses. They brought in the Police Officers Association, which was just provides his records. Then they brought in the Excessive Force Committee from the police department. They have an Excessive Force Committee, which consists of... Hey, do you know who the mayor of Fort Worth is? Who?
What?
Who's the mayor of Fort Worth? Nobody knows. Thank you for not knowing. Where? Oh. So you need to wash your car because it's beautiful. Why would you leave it dirty? What? And you need new tires. It's not a Hellcat. It's not even an RT. It's not even an RT.
Are you live?
Yeah. Can you what? I don't know. Can you see? I don't have my glasses on. It's up there.
Oh my god. 47. Wait, no. 500. God.
Hey people, are we ready? Yeah, we saw.
Oh, you have tinted windows. So the tires are really bad if he's delivering. I know about bad tires because I had some really nice wheels to put on my Charger. I mean my Challenger, and I just keep getting used tires because I'm just trying to save up for those nice ones. But anyways, where was I? Liberties here. If there really were good cops, there wouldn't be any bad cops. There's bad people in every profession, but we give these bad people guns. That's kind of weird. They get guns. And we have the propaganda where we're supposed to defer. We're supposed to defer to authority because that's what the social norms say to do. We're supposed to respect authority. But, you know, and because we respect authority and we're taught that in grade school, because schools are geared to teach you how to obey. That's what school's really there for. Look what happens to the kids that don't obey at school, right? The kids that don't obey at school, look what happens to them. So that's just there. They're blocking it off. So I can't see, but that's fine. I don't want to see that part. What's it say? Matthew Solis. She says, does anyone know? Oh, does anyone know what? Ask me. What? What happened? What happened was there's a boy that was just shot out here, but we don't know if it was a gang shooting or just a drive-by. I think this boy knows the kid that died. I'm going to give him some time before I approach him. The vehicle, I think, is up here that they're doing the CSI stuff on. So they just blocked me from my view of doing their work. I wasn't going to film that part anyways. So this is the entertainment district of Fort Worth. This is the second really bad shooting that we had. I love your outfit. They had we don't know if it was targeted or if it was just a drive-by, but one boy's dead, and what they're blocking us right now because I think the guy is still in his vehicle up here and they're doing the CSI stuff. So they just blocked my view from here, but I wasn't going to film that part anyways because
it was a shooting.
It was a shooting, and he died. He got shot in the head, and then 2 girls got shot. But I don't know if he was targeted. I don't know if it was gang related. But we have the flock cameras, so they already know who he is. They already got him. They already got him. For sure. So.
Usual suspects or what?
Yeah. Probably a jealous boyfriend or whatever. But if it was a random, I don't know. I'm not sure if it was random.
Usual suspects.
Yeah. You look like Eminem. Are you trying to dress like Eminem?
Eminem.
Yeah, you know who that is?
Ain't nobody on no Eminem shit, bro.
He's the white boy that sings rap, that does rap.
Huh?
The white boy that does rap, Eminem. Slim Shady? No.
Nah.
I guess it's before your time. Or after
No,
your
no,
time.
I know what you're talking about,
You
but
do?
no, I'm not on
Okay, I'm
that.
going to ask these guys. Hey, doesn't he look like Slim Shady? He looks like Slim Shady.
Oh, he looks like my dad.
He looks like Slim Shady.
What?
Hey, real Slim Shady,
Huh?
please stand up.
Is that you?
You look like Eminem. Please stand up. Please stand up.
You look like my dad.
Mushrooms. They drove by here 4 times already. I like the $7.99 carry out.
Ain't nobody on no fucking M shit, bro.
I'm on Eminem. I like Eminem. But you look like Eminem.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Huh?
Huh?
So. No, they can't get by here. No, I don't know if this is family. They can't. If they go into that tape, they're in big shit. Look, they're going under the tape.
Go.
No, they're yelling at those kids for going under the tape.
My dad.
The fuck are you on, bro?
Mushrooms!
Look, you got gays and retards in here?
That's a family.
Look shady.
Slim Shady. Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up.
Hey, someone got to put a shot right here for the show.
So, yeah. Bullies here, but no punks.
You know it is, bro. You know it
So is that a
is. Look, I'm
Bledsoe? I don't know.
I'm out here so
Is that Bledsoe? Okay, no. Okay, yeah, I'm right here. I didn't even tell you that. This is the entertainment district. There it is. Norwood and Bledsoe.
They didn't like a little white boy with some motion.
Right there. There you go. It happened. That's why they put those vehicles right there to block my view.
Hey, y'all get
But I mean, I wasn't going to show that anyways.
Hey, we on the
I wasn't going to show that anyways.
Alright, Slim Shady.
Slim Shady.
chill the fuck out with that shit. Ain't nobody Slim Shady in this bitch. You live
Please
streaming
stand
this.
up. Please stand up.
Shut up. You live streaming this.
I'm
How
not
many
streaming
people? How many people you got on this
Just
hoe?
a few.
You got 534 people on this bitch,
You don't know who I am.
and they can hear you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
And I
live.
can see you too. See, he's Slim Shady.
Hey, we in this bitch. Ain't no Slim Shady.
Yeah, please stand up.
No, stop.
There's a party going on down there. Are you from Worth?
No.
Do you know who the mayor of Fort Worth is? No.
Huh?
Where are you from? Wichita Falls? Denton? Decatur?
Stop. I'm from Cali.
From where? Oh, Cali. Oh, okay.
I'm from Southern California.
Oh, you're from Southern California.
Yeah, I've been out here
Down
for
by the border?
a little bit.
Tijuana?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I've been out there. It's a good ass time.
Well, it's cheaper to live here, that's for sure.
If you're gonna go out to Tijuana, you better cash out on some bitches.
Oh, wow. They have a serial killer down there right now.
No, fuck that serial killer shit.
There's more than one
The
working.
cartel be on that shit
Uh-oh.
anyway. It don't matter.
Yeah, the cartel.
It doesn't matter.
Do you know, we're the Mexicans are the reasons for the cartel. You know that.
See, now you're trying to be on some conspiracy shit.
It's true. Because if we didn't
No.
demand the marijuana, they wouldn't provide it. So if they didn't, if they
Who
were just,
gives a
because
fuck?
they should just legalize that.
Who gives a fuck?
Everyone.
We should just murk everybody anyway.
Yeah, that would be a good
We're
idea.
fucking Americans. We should just nuke every fucking
They
buddy.
deserve it.
Fucking the Indians,
All of 'em.
fucking goddamn Gaza,
Pakistan.
all that shit.
Yep.
Fuck it.
No,
Nuke them
Gaza,
all.
Israel.
Nuke them fucking all.
Then they'll nuke us back. And
Nah,
then aliens will
yeah.
come.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
Then
Guess what?
aliens will
That's
come.
fate then. That's fate then.
You sound just like some Shady.
If we fucking die, then we fucking die. Nuke them all.
But you don't have. But you still have to be.
I do not
Careful.
give a single fuck. I'm out here solo fucking dolly.
Did you find a
And
job?
huh?
Did you get a job?
I have a great job.
What do you do?
I'm a safety inspector for gas lines.
That is good. That's a good job.
Yeah, I'm
So what do you do? Just go around and try to smell gas if it's leaking.
smell
somewhere?
gas if you farting, bitch. No.
Just gotta smell it. Oh, you walk along with a lighter to find the leaks?
No, you got 520 motherfuckers
Do you
on this
smoke
shit.
while you're out there inspecting the
Yeah,
gas
I'm high
lines?
as fuck.
Is it gasoline or gas? Like gas?
Big gas, big
Like the
motherfucking
gasoline that we
gas.
put in the cars?
Huh?
Like that kind of gas? Or gas, like the one you can't see.
Look, bro, the gas that goes in the
Or
cars
like
and
propane. Oh, that kind of gas.
the gas that goes in the cars and the gasoline.
Safety. Make sure everybody's got their
Settle
safety
the
belts on.
fuck down.
Safety's so important.
Natural fucking gas.
Oh, natural gas. You can't see it, so how do you know it's even there?
You're a conspiracy theorist.
That's why you have to go in with a lighter, then you know it's there.
See, I'm about to get you hella fucking goddamn subscribers in this bitch.
Okay. Yeah.
Public. He's greasy as fuck. Hey, you hating, bro? I'm just vibing.
They're hating on me.
I'm on the fucking shrooms, bro.
Are you on insurance really? That's cool.
Yeah,
Make sure
I'm
they
on
don't put
shrooms.
fentanyl in them.
No fentanyl. No fentanyl.
I had fentanyl in the hospital. It was pretty good.
That.
It
What
just for a
the
second.
fuck are you on?
I had my arm knocked out of the socket, and they gave me fentanyl, but it only lasted like 30 seconds, so they could pop my arm back.
Hold on, let me see the comments.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see.
It says, John Mueller says,
Dude, don't wear a key lion.
you work.
You
I
tripping,
can tell
bro?
because you got some nice jewelry and stuff on. Nice shoes, everything.
Yeah, you know.
What are you driving?
I be working hard. It's the weekend, you know.
What are you driving?
I Ubered here.
You Ubered? That's smart.
I Ubered because.
Now, where's your apartment?
Huh?
What part of town?
I don't have an apartment. I have a house.
Oh. And how old are you?
25.
Oh, wow.
25 with a fucking house.
That's pretty cool because
and
houses
I'm
are
not.
hard to get.
And guess what? I ain't leasing.
So where's it at? Colleyville?
No, it's in Fort Worth.
Oh, what part of Fort Worth?
What?
Huh?
I can't hear you.
Yes, we know.
Some motherfucker got shot in the face.
I believe him. I'm trustworthy though.
I don't fucking know.
Uh-oh.
Look, girl, I almost got fucking jumped out of here by I'm fucking out.
I'm gonna walk and come back.
Look, I might have fucked that motherfucker up.
Let's see.
And that's what happened.
Oh, my back. Ooh, it's just in front of the damage. Okay, I'm gonna walk this way. That was smart, huh? All these cars are running. So, anyways, take this off. So, anyways, oh, see this guy's over in this corner too. Huh. They had it all blocked off. They're taking no risks. Oh, there's stuff on that side. I'm gonna go around on that side to see what's going on. I didn't see all that activity over there. Go over there and look. I could go up in that garage and look. See if I can get away from that parking garage. So anyways, there's an unmarked car. Anybody selling drugs in Fort Worth? There's your unmarked vehicle. NLS 1955. They were parked all the way down here. Like, we have every unit from Fort Worth here. Like, every unit. So I'm just gonna walk around the block, come back. All right, so. I don't know, I kind of believed him. Slim Shady, he didn't know who Slim Shady was. That means you're old. People don't know who Slim Shady is. Another unmarked vehicle. That one's all blacked out. SFN 5574. Okay, hang on. So, that guy was asking me, why do I cop watch? I cop watch because I'm not going to let them think that I quit. That's why. Okay. So anyways, Joseph DiMaggio, take her to the house, pimpin'. No. No. I'm not into that. Okay. Who was renting? Yeah, I don't know. He might have bought. I mean, those jobs, like, we have really high-paying jobs like that it's better to be in a trade like that than to go to college and get a business degree now. It really is. I used one of my degrees. I have a teaching certificate with sociology and political science major. And then I have a criminal justice degree. So I was going to go to law school. I took the LSAT. But I ended up living in Mexico on the beach. Anyways. He didn't have nothing. I don't know. He might. Okay. I had to go forward. Josh. Not a fan of Eminem. I kind of am because I like his story, how he came from nothing and just made it. That's why I like Eminem. That's exactly why I like him. Because, like, who else makes it big like that? Come from nothing and rise up like that? That's pretty cool. My dad did that. My dad came from nothing and rose up. Look at that sticker in my hair. There. All right. So anyways, this Fort Worth is ran by a city council that cares nothing about the people in Fort Worth. Nothing. They took away the right to speak at the city council meetings. So let me fix the gimbal here. I have my thing on a gimbal. Turn it off and turn it back on. So this is the entertainment district, and this was supposed to be like a big money maker for Fort Worth. It was going to bring all kinds of international business and blah blah blah. So what they did was they built this whole, they tore all these houses down that were here. I think they gave them eminent domain. They built all these apartment complexes that are just going to fall apart in 20 years because the people just came in and slapped them together like wet toilet paper and sold them as quick as they could, right? So the new people that are buying them, they're going to slum out. They gave all kinds of tax breaks and gave all kinds of incentives for restaurants and other entertainment venues to come over here. And a lot of them did, and they were supposed to be something for everybody here. But it turned out that they over-policed it, right? People didn't want to come. And people just started not coming out here anymore. They had like a bunch of fights. They had another shooting. And all the TCU kids that were bringing money over to this area, they just quit coming here because the bars weren't playing the kind of music that they liked, if you can get what I mean. So it was overran by what people say are hoodlums. So I don't call them hoodlums because I used to be a school teacher, so I don't call them hoodlums. But the undesirables, like Mexican people and black people. So now it's overran by those kind of people, you know. Right? Well, and that's what they're blaming, that this whole thing's just falling apart. So they didn't even really they made streets, but they didn't fix all of them up right. It's just, there's all kinds of hazards out here. You can't have a wheelchair out here. None of the businesses have like wheelchair access. There's nothing kid-friendly whatsoever. They didn't make anything kid-friendly for the daytime. They do have expensive apartments where half of them are empty, right? And they're not like maintaining anything. So after that other kid got shot last year, they said, we're coming in with a safety plan. And what they did was they just made sure all the light bulbs were into the street lights, right? And then they put through more police over here. So they were over-policing it bad. Nobody wanted to come over here because they should have just stayed at the little station. Oh, they rented a station for them right over here. So instead of them just staying at the station and waiting for like 911 calls, they came out here in droves and were looking for stuff to get people on. A headlight out, their license plate light out. That's what they did. They over-policed it so people didn't want to come out here anymore. Not just the kids, but all the people, right? Every corner they would have like cops with their lights on, and they'd close the streets off. But if you walked the street, you were jaywalking. Then the street was closed off, so they were, arresting people for that. And then, of course, some of the kids came out here and were flipping the cops off, and they were thrown down and arrested, and they got their rights violated, and they were found guilty at the courts too, because, like I said, it's all kangaroo courts here. Kangaroo courts. So that's that in a nutshell. Josh, still back here. Really cool idea. Thanks for coming in. Dante's Brown. Let's see. What you're wearing as you walk down the street? What am I? Right there. That the shirt has. Same color. So I dressed appropriately for over here. Of course, I do have a video of a girl doing a pole dance right there. Let me show you. On that pole right there, I have a video of somebody doing that, pole, twerking right there. So I have a lot of videos from here. And I'll show you, I'm gonna walk over to the spot where he threw me down. And then we'll go back over and see what the progress is on the shooting. That was terrible. They're gonna be here all the way till 7 in the morning, probably later. So I'll let you give it back on. Ed, I was waiting for you. So it says, doesn't he do a song with Aerosmith, G-Mon? Oh, I think maybe. He's done a lot of collaborations. Rihanna and other people. Pink. Okay, you're not from Texas, Josh? What? I like Journey. Me too. Oh my God. And you know, like Steve Perry did not want to go back on the road with them, right? The voice of Journey, right? So they did like a nationwide search for another Steve Perry voice, right? Well, they couldn't find anybody here. So they just started going, it's worldwide. And they found a dude that sounded just like Steve Perry in the Philippines. He couldn't speak English. He can now. He could sing though. He could sing just like Steve Perry. And they scooped him up. And Steve Perry's like, he's out of a job now. Steve Perry is a big Dodger fan. He always goes to the Dodger games. Yeah, I like Journey. I know every word to every song of them. Can I ask you a question? You won't know the answer. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth?
Couldn't tell you.
Thank you. Her name is Maddie Price. She thinks she's all that. Not Maddie Price, Maddie Parker. My bad. Okay. So I'm going to do a compilation video with, I'm going to show it at the city council. Where nobody even knew who the mayor is, but she's over here directing all kinds of stuff. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, why the fuck did Josh randomly have my name in his mouth? Is him Rainbow Group? I don't know, Dante. We have a lot of trolls because I'm shooting this vertically instead of horizontally because I'm trying to draw more attention to my channel. My channel, like, it's dropped in viewership because of my probation conditions. I can't audit or cop watch the way I used to. I can't be as aggressive as I was, and people are missing that. They're missing aggressive audits. Because I didn't hold back on them. I would let them have it. I can't do any of that because it's part of my probation. But that's going to come out when I sue them. Because I'm able to prove that my channel went down. Do you need a bodyguard? Not here. Well, you know, I think Kruger targeted me on purpose, and because, you know, the cop, because it was within 12 seconds I was down on the ground. So sometimes I need a bodyguard. Like if I go to really bad areas of town, Manuel Mata will go with me. I have another guy on Facebook that's been asking to go, and I'm so spontaneous that I never can make plans to go. So if anybody wants to be my bodyguard, they're welcome. If you live over here. Okay. Norman the Druid says, all people from SA Fort Worth kept coming out. Is the fuck is this yapping about? Okay, I don't know if you're still here, Renee Martinez, but we had a shooting here in Fort Worth. I'll go back to it now. It's a pretty bad one because CSI just now got there, and the coroner's there, and it happened right about 30 minutes before the bars all closed. And people were coming out of the bars, they didn't know what happened, but this whole block is shut off up here. I'm going to show you. But as you can see, a lot of the businesses have closed, like permanently. I mean, they're closed now, but some of these businesses have closed that they brought out here, to, you know, make this the entertainment district. some entertainment district this is, right? Okay. But yeah, they took a lot of people's homes from over here to make these big old apartments, slapped them together, you know, and then sold them right away. Just threw them together. Like, I would hate to be in one during a tornado. They got smoke shops out here and tattoo shops, but that's about all that's left. nobody likes to do retail shopping anymore because everybody shops online. So that kind of flopped. The retail stores all flopped. They have a few businesses that are office, like places where you can go, because some people can't work at home. They get distracted too easily. So they have like office space that you share, like it's like a library. You could go to the library for free. But here, like, you have to pay for it. There's a business right here, but it's an apartment house building. Okay. And it doesn't look like it's even full. But here's where the shooting was, down here. So we're going to walk down there. Do you prefer auditing or posting crime from cops? I like both. I'm one of those that like to do cop watching, auditing. But I like to, like, what I like to do is I like to, I don't want to say I'm mean, but like, if they're rude to me, I'm going to be really rude back. And I don't feel bad about doing that because people say, well, they're just trying to do their jobs. Why are you fucking with them? Well, let me tell you, these people that work as public servants, they don't really get good service. If they were working in private industries, they wouldn't work like that. You always have like let's say you have a department and you have one person doing all the work and everybody else is standing around the water cooler, right? But anyways, they seem like it's okay for them to be rude to the customers that come in and need help. Have you ever like gone to a city building recently? I mean, you have to say like, excuse me, can you help me? But if you go to like AT&T or T-Mobile or another place of business like that, you don't have to go, excuse me, can you help me? Because you're afraid they're not going to help you and they're not going to give you the proper information. They don't go the extra mile and give you the proper information, you know? Like for instance, I had to take, and my dad just recently passed away, and I inherited a dog, so I had to take the dog to the vet because she just wasn't doing well. Anyways, I was asking questions before I made the appointment, and I'm like, and it was kind of like an emergency situation. But anyways, the receptionist was new and I didn't know it, but I wasn't mean to her. And like, I was asking questions about payment, and I was asking like, can they take my brother's credit card over the phone? She's like, no, we don't do that. But turns out they do something like that. They can send a link and to my brother, and my brother could pay it on his own computer. But she didn't offer me that, you see. She was new. But if you go to like a public servant place, like the water company or whatever you have to do through the city, whatever, they don't go the extra mile and say, well, you can't do that, but you can do this. Or you have to get the building permit for this, but if you buy this, you don't have to get the building permit. No. They just like, they don't give you the extra information that you need. You know, they just don't care. Like they don't care, and they don't look at you. They don't help at all. You see what I'm saying? Public servants. So when I'm rude to them, I mean, I'm not really rude. I just ask them how much money they make and stuff like that. People like watching those because I say everything to them that you wish you would be able to say to them. Does that make sense? So that's kind of honest. I like to do. And then I like cop watching because we save the people that they're stopping. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll roll up on them cop watching while we're cop watching, and they'll just get out of their vehicle and hand the driver's license back to the people and say, have a nice night. So right now I'm having to use like other people's stuff, trying to use, Manuel Mata was arrested falsely twice this last month. Also, here's another thing. I'm trying to raise $1,000 too. I should have told you all this. So, okay, my probation says I can't be within 25 feet, right? Okay. Well, one night I was at the Stockyards, and if members only can see this video, it's up on my channel. But I was filming the police. I was 25 feet away. It was a crowded sidewalk. They had a guy shoved up against the wall, and he had his shirt off, and it turned out that he was getting arrested for public intoxication because he's running around the street and stuff. On the sidewalk, right next to him, was a guy pounding on a tambourine and a guy playing a guitar. Now, if Manuel and I had walked up with our cameras, they would have arrested us for interference. But all these people were walking by, so they had to go get the police car. They went to get the police car, and I thought they were going to pull the police car all the way up in front of him. But they stopped where I was. And before I even knew it, because it was on there's a row of regular cars there, and then the cop car was in the street, the man that was holding the kid against the wall started walking towards me with the prisoner that they were going to put in the cop car. So I didn't have any place to go. I was trapped. So I backed up against the wall of the building, and you can hear me say in the video, I got to back up. I'm going to have to use my Zoom. And I walked down the side of the building until I was 25 feet away again. Well, that was on August 9th. My probation officer told me that a cop had called to complain that I was within 10 feet of him. And I couldn't even think of that. I didn't even know it was that situation because I didn't think I'd done anything wrong. And I couldn't remember being 10 feet from some of these cops working. So then I got more information from the affidavit the cop wrote. The affidavit was turned in on the 29th. Okay, it happened on the 9th, but he turned the affidavit in on the 29th. And he wrote, I was out doing my job and I saw the known cop hater Carolina in the street. I didn't even talk to them, by the way. And afterwards, I called her probation officer who told me that she had to remain 25 feet away from us at all times. But for 6 seconds, she was within 10 feet of me when I was arresting my prisoner and putting him in the car. Okay, so I have a person that watches my videos and snitches on me and tells on me when I'm too close or whatever. That video was almost 3 hours long, right? I'm thinking somebody saw that vehicle, saw that video, saw that I was within 10 feet and called that man and told that man, that bitch was 10 feet away from you. You need to go tell on her for sure. You okay? Do you need a ride? Okay. There's a CSI guy right there. So someone is assigned to me and they hate me. They had to sit through 2 hours of that video till they found me 10 feet away from the cop. 10 feet away from the cop. And I know they called that sergeant that was in that video because you could see his name tag plain as day and said, hey man, go write her up. Go write an affidavit, because why, if it happened on the 9th, did he wait to the 29th to turn it in? Right? So when my lawyer called to complain about it, I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. And then finally I found it after reviewing everything. And I'm like, really? I'm going to, okay, if they revoke okay, we were supposed to go to court once and they postponed it. We're supposed to go again on last Friday. We got to court and the district attorney wasn't ready. And he's like, I just want to have her violated. I don't need a hearing. And the judge, it's the same judge that has been through all my trials. You know, he's the one that's going to decide. So he said, can I just look at the video again? So he looked at the video again and we're going to see what he says, but we still have to have a hearing where we're going to have to call witnesses and everything, because I was the spirit of the spirit of the conditions are not to interfere with the cops and bother them. I didn't bother them. I didn't say a word to them during that cop watch. Nothing. I mean, I don't even know how he saw me. Oh, the known cop watcher. He was told afterwards who I was. Someone called him and told him to go do that because they're just trying to violate us. But so anyways, it'll cost $10,000 to get out of jail, because I also film at I was filming at the jail. We had 75 deaths in our jail, so I always film the ambulances leaving there. They said I was within 10 feet of a guard there, so I got arrested for that. That was $4,000 to get out. So it doubles each time. So this one's going to be $8,000, right? But I'm also on probation for a freedom of speech thing, and that's going to be another $2,000. So that means there's a real news right there. That means it's going to be a $10,000 bond to get me out of jail. $1,000. $1,000 to get me out of jail. So if someone has $10,000, you'll get it back as soon as I go to trial. But I think it'd be easier to collect $10 from everybody just so I can have the money to get out of jail for the parole violation, because I was within 10 feet. If you become a member of the channel, you can see that video. I'm thinking about making it public because it's really ridiculous. Anyways, be cheaper, go lay on the beach in Mexico. I know I should just run away. Can you explain what's happening? Yes, Lee, I'm sorry. It's all about me tonight. Okay, they just pulled these vehicles up so we wouldn't have a view. That's the real news there. There's a little car over here, a black car, where there's a victim inside it. They got CSI over there right now doing all the measurements and all that. And we don't know if it was a drive-by or if it was a target. I'm not sure if it was a drive-by or if it was a target. So he got shot in the head and killed instantly, and then 2 girls were... Oh, thank you, George Daly, for the super chat. I appreciate that. A lot. So 2 girls were also hit, but they lived. It's on the corner of Bledsoe and Norwood here in Fort Worth in the entertainment district. He was driving that little black car over there. I haven't seen the family come or anything yet. About an hour and a half ago, every single police officer that was employed in Fort Worth was here, plus the chopper was up. It happened about 30 minutes before the bars closed, so people were tumbling out of the bars and not knowing what was going on. But I'm telling you, I've never seen as many police cars as there was at this one. I've seen lots of places, lots of things like this, but this is the first one I ever saw all this police activity. They've even got it taped off in the back, but they have SWAT cameras over here. I don't know if you know what those are. They're spy cameras. These spy cameras are good, and they're right here in this entertainment district. And there's controversy about the SWAT cameras because, it's like Big Brother, violating your rights, people that aren't criminals, being intrusive and such. But this time they're going to catch this guy. They know who he is already. They have to. Someone's already reviewing that tape. He's cooked. He's done. He's going away for the rest of his life. He's done. That's what's happening. But the thing is that they've been, the city, that's why I've been asking who the mayor of Fort Worth is, they really tried to push this area. They took eminent domain and tore a bunch of houses down, slapped together these apartment complexes, gave tax breaks to business owners, and then incited them to come over here, gave them startup money, A lot of those businesses that began are already gone because this was supposed to be something for everybody over here. But all those businesses started to fold, and then the bars started playing. They want people to come to their bars. So what are they going to do? They play the music people want to hear. And it just got overran by the younger generation and pushed the older generation out. They didn't want to come here anymore. So there was a bad killing, like I said, about a year ago, I guess. But they're trying to make it say, oh, it's so safe here. But after that killing last year, they did a safety plan. But the only thing I saw was more police presence and changing all the light bulbs in the street lights. The police presence was overwhelming, and that chased a lot of people out too, because instead of patrolling and just responding to crime, they were looking for something to do because there were so many of them. So they were stopping people that were jaywalking, stopping people with a headlight out, taking them to jail for this, and then the kids would yell at them and say, fuck you, pig, and flip them off, and they'd tackle them for that, and they'd get kangaroo courts and get convicted, and so people quit coming out here because the policing was just too much. It was just overwhelming. It's not, policing should be like the fire stations. When they have a fire, they go to it. So that's what the cops should do, because they never get to the crime before it happens, right? They only show up afterwards. And then if it's a property crime, they only recover 20% of the goods. The first question they ask you when they drag their asses to your house after a burglary is, do you have insurance? And then they tell you how to file your insurance claim. They don't try to get your stuff back because it's not theirs. Why should they? Why should they try to get your stuff back? Do they get paid more for that? Murder rates getting a little bit higher among the kids, but they're not finding the murderers because if they have the smoking gun in their hand, they'll take them, but they don't do work. They don't do work. Well, who told you these details? Details for the drive-by was people, I got here right when it happened. So, and I got people that were sort of lingering around the area, and they told me. I'm pretty sure, if I don't have it, police won't tell me anything, of course. But from the stories I got, I kind of made my own conclusion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize for that, but we can only figure out what's going on with what we have to work with. Now, this guy right here, if I can make friends with him, he got a printout through his, he's real news. So they have they send out the story, and he probably has what really happened. So I'm going to ask him in a little bit. Because I don't know if it was random, or if it was a targeted, or if it was drive-by, I don't know. But CSI's over there now, and they're doing that working on that car where the kid's at. They do a good job, CSI, and they won't talk to bystanders. Nobody talks to me because I'm an agitator. Hey, Scott. Craig Planner. Are you speaking of the book 1984? I never read that book. Try shaking? What's it say? Try Try sharding. Gee whiz, why can't cops read the criminal's mind? I know, why can't they? But why don't they go after them after they've done the crime? Well, actually, they're the criminals. They break more laws than real criminals do. You know that they have to print like each division like has to put their excessive force reports up at the end of every month. And did you know that their excessive force reports total more than the regular criminals out there, the regular crime that they're reporting? Can you believe it? They have more excessive force reports than real criminals, like the real crime that's being reported. Can you believe it? Also, if you look at where they also are putting like they post the police at where the most crime is, but the problem is the most crime is where the cops are. So if you don't think there's cocaine in the white neighborhoods, something's wrong with you. They're targeting the black neighborhoods and they look for crime, and that's where the flock cameras went up first. Those expensive flock cameras. Really good idea. You just said was drive-by. Now you don't know. Well, how do you want me to find out? Really cool idea. How do you want me to go find out? Give me an idea on how to go find out. Real cool idea. I'm just giving you, from the clues I've received and from what people have told me, I'm giving you what may have happened or may not. You have to draw your conclusions. I don't know if it's random. I don't know if it's targeted, but I know he's dead. But we will know, because they won't tell us. They won't tell us. They won't tell the people out here. That guy knows because he got a bulletin. They keep coming and talking to this kid. He's involved somehow. I think he's a friendly kid that died. I offered him right on. The idea that police was to keep the peace. Police don't do that now in any country. No, that's true. And another thing too is that thank you, Kay Stevenson, thank you, Arranges, for doing everything. We depend on the police too much. We call the police for everything. My neighbor across the street just moved in. He was mad because we have a guy from Poland living across the street, and he's like really old. He walks out in his yard in his underwear because that's just how he is, right? It's just culture. He wants to call the police over it. Nothing good ever comes from calling the police. It's better just to go talk to him and say, dude, man, my wife's embarrassed by you walking around in your underwear. Can you stop? And I'm thinking, well, why doesn't the guy build a privacy fence and he won't have to look at it? So, we call the police for everything. The cat in the tree, the neighbor with the loud music. It's not government's job to take care of people. It's people's job to take care of people. And if we started, but we're trained from a young age to depend on them. They're our saviors. They're our heroes. They would put their lives down on the line for you. But most police officers that die in the line of duty die in car wrecks because they don't have their seatbelts on, right? Or they have acorns falling on their heads and think it's, they're not stalked by criminals and trying to be murdered by criminals. But if they are, well, what caused that? What caused people to hate the police? Could it be that they don't get our stolen property back? They don't solve the murders. I'll give you a good example. We had a lady here, his son, you tell your kids not to do it, but they do it. He got hit by a car, hit and run. Every bone in his body's broken. He lived. He's riding his bike, and he went to a busy street that he should not have been on. 6 years old. You know how 6-year-olds, sometimes that just happens. Anyways, she was at the hospital with a little boy with every bone broken in his body, and he was drugged up and he's fine now, by the way. Every time the police would come in, she'd say, well, what's happening with my case? What's going on? Did you find the guy? And they're like, no, we tried, but looks like this one's unsolvable. Well, this lady had some friends that worked at a university here called Texas Wesleyan. She got a bunch of college kids together, and they started canvassing in the neighborhood, getting the Ring doorbells, getting surveillance video that wasn't already taped over again. They found out who the guy was that did the hit and run. Then they posted it on social media who it was, and they had like a get together at the lady's house, and then it started to turn into like a mob. And you know that part in Beauty and the Beast where they're walking with the torches, lit torches, or Frankenstein where they're going after the Frankenstein monster with lit torches. That's how the feeling of the of the people were there. It's like they walked over to his house and you just wanted to hand them burning torches, right? To confront the guy that did the hit and run. The police had to swoop in, dispel the crowd, and they had to rescue the man that did the hit and run. So why should they try to find out who the hit and run guy was? That would be work. They'd have to go canvass the neighborhoods. They'd have to do this. They'd have to go do that. And it was actual mother who found who did the hit and run. That's how the police work here. Also, you should all Google it right now and save it. We had a lady who was shot by the police in her own home. The man across the street called a welfare check because she'd left the front door open. She was babysitting her 12-year-old nephew. She heard noise in her backyard. She looked out the window and the police officer shot her dead. Right? Police officer was fired. He got convicted. He got 10 years. Right? But the point of the story is to calm the people down and to make sure they didn't riot in the streets. The mayor at that time said, we're going to put an expert committee together to look at the police department, to tell us what's wrong with it, and to give us suggestions on how to fix it. They paid $1 million for that report, and it took 2 years for them to compile it. And when it came out, and if you just Google it, 97-page expert report, Fort Worth Police, they told us so many stories that were unbelievable in that 97-page report. It's a very easy read, by the way. It tells you all about the culture of the police department. Everything that they suggested that our chief do, he did not. They wanted a citizens committee. Well, the citizens committee that they established was handpicked by the chief, right? They even interviewed for the head of that department, the head of that citizens review board. No one goes to it. No one ever goes to it because anytime we try to get something done here, they investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. Later, they had the meet and confer agreement, which the city manager and the assistant city manager pushed through to the city council. The city council gave up their right to discipline police and fire them and gave it to the police officers union, the meet and confer agreement. So now, and they have a law that goes with it, the police officers union is allowed to discipline police officers. Anything that they decide the police department has to comply. So if they fire somebody and the arbitrator decides that he didn't do anything wrong because we investigated it, and they say give him his job back, they have to pay him all his back pay and reinstate him. And it's all done by the union. But what's going on is the union's not helping police officers that were wrongly accused of things. They're helping bad police officers get away with what they did. And they're pushing out the good police officers. We had a lady who was one of the chiefs, yada, yada, yada. She was like, had some. Anyways, she wanted to make sure that her team wasn't lying to her, so she randomly was pulling body cam footage just to see if what they wrote on the report matched. Just randomly. She found a lot of discrepancies, and so she started to discipline her people. And somebody told the Police Officers Association about it. And they pushed her out and fired her. She's suing. They fired the police chief because he was gonna whistleblow on something that the mayor was doing at that time. They pushed him out. He just got a $5 million settlement for losing his job. So we have a lot of problems here. A lot of problems. They still have to appease me to get elected. Problem is, Toker, is that we don't have people going out to vote. I can ask. I've been asking random people because I keep telling myself, I'm going to compile a video where nobody knows who this mayor is, right? I ask who's the mayor for Fort Worth, they don't know. I've had one person tell me the name of the mayor, not one. And they don't, okay. They get their friends to vote for them. And also, check this out. The Police Officers Association has sponsored almost all of, I have to look, I think all but 2 of the council members and the mayor. In other words, the Police Officers Association actually paid for their campaigns, right? And got them elected because they have I don't know how many officers they have, but they're instructed on who they have to go out and vote for, get it. So that's where most of the votes come from, the police officers who are told to go out and vote. For reals. So if you accepted money for your campaign from the Police Officers Association, and the Police Officers Association says, well, we have to do this, this, and this. How do you want to vote? And they vote, yes, we're on your side, police officers. Thank you for the money, the campaign money. I think that if you accepted money from the Police Officers Association, when voting comes up about police, that you should refrain yourself from voting or take yourself out of it for conflict of interest. But they don't. So that we're having a lot of trouble here in Fort Worth. Bentley Trump, I'm watching you. But we are socialists. I don't like the socialism part. I like libertarian views where less government the better. I don't think it's fair that they took away a lot of these mental health programs. People are off their meds and in the streets. They can't help it because they're not monitored. We took the money from the mental health programs and put it into prisons, right? And now we're putting mental health patients into prisons and jails. So that's not good either. The socialism part, this is big socialism to put this entertainment district together, giving them incentives and startup money to get started. Really? And now they're all getting out of business. Tornadoes hit these buildings, they're gone. Look at that whole section right there is empty. The apartments are really expensive, and that whole section right there is empty in that apartment complex, right there. Oh wait, there's some Christmas lights there, but a lot of them aren't like 100% full because they're just too expensive. Over here. God first, taking away guns don't stop murder. True. Because in Russia, they don't have guns, but they use knives to go into daycare centers and knife people. It's not about the guns. Taking away the guns won't help. Joseph Stalin took away guns out of his country, and 8,000 people disappeared. Mao Zedong took away guns from his country, like 12,000 people disappeared. Hitler took guns away from his people, and we had the Holocaust. So anytime a leader takes away the guns, right, people just suddenly disappear. That's one thing about the Second Amendment. We have it. But I think people, what they would do is they wanted to really get us to take the internet down and break up our communication. And there's no way that, I mean, we are trained from babies to defer to authority. Remember the movie Red Dawn? Remember that movie? All the townspeople were deferring to the people that took over the town, right? People comply so that they don't get in trouble. I don't have anything to hide, so I'll give you my driver's license. I'll give it to you. Let me walk around this way and see what we have over here. Ah. Walk around the block and show you what's on the other side. Oh, somebody threw away their bed. So anyways, ooh, they got tow trucks out. Tow trucks are out looking for violators. I hate those kind of tow truckers. Speaking about movies, anyone watching The Smashing Machine this weekend? Nope, I didn't see that. I mean, out here. There was a movie that Soda Pop got killed. Oh, is this actually now? Yeah, this is actually now. This is actually now. They're doing a powwow right there. That's what we call when they're all rounded together and standing in a circle, a powwow. You can see through the fence. You can thank the open borders the past 4 years letting in guns and drugs. Well, I'll tell you what. The reason why the cartels are taking over everything is because if Americans didn't demand the marijuana, they wouldn't provide it for us. They wouldn't provide it for us. The only reason why the cartels came into effect is because they saw a market to make money, and the market was Americans. And they every once in a while they'll bust people with the marijuana, but they let all the cocaine come through. For sure. Right? So, if we legalized the marijuana or decriminalized it, whatever, I don't know, the cartels would fall apart. And as far as the guns go, I'm not really sure about. I think the people that have the guns won't rise up against the government. They're supposed to be there to rise up against the government, but right now they're taking away our rights so slowly and easily that people aren't gonna. They'll give up their guns too. Probably within the next 100 years. I've been in courtrooms, not during my trials, but where the judge would say something like, well, why didn't you just comply and give your driver's license up? Amazing that even judges don't know that. Did you get some good footage? Did you get the printout that they sent to the news people?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Did you get the printout that they sent to the news people?
No, I
literally just showed up
Oh,
and
did you?
shooting some video. And
Yeah.
now
Are you with
I'm,
with
with
the?
Fox?
Yeah. Why don't I'm just trying to figure out if my people want to know. Is it a drive-by? Is it random? Is it targeted? We don't know.
I still don't.
Because sometimes they'll
I
send those
haven't-
reports out to the
Yeah,
news
sometimes
places.
they do, but I haven't checked.
But they, every single before this, there was double the police.
Yeah, I saw it on the car sheet. There was
Yeah.
like at least 30 to 40 assigned. So.
Oh, more.
Oh,
More.
really?
It was crazy. They were coming from all parts of Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And then the kids came out of the bars and they didn't know, what had happened, and because they didn't hear the gunshots.
It's on
The-
the, car
the
sheet as a
boy-
shooting.
Yeah,
but,
there's a boy sitting on the corner there. I think he was either a friend because they're giving him a lot of attention. But I'm not going to talk to him.
All right.
But okay, you too. Are you going to be able to go to bed again? So late, so late.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, I have one more question for
This
you.
is my shift. So.
One more question. I hope you probably don't know the answer. Who's the mayor of Fort Worth?
I don't remember her name. Have a good day.
I'm so glad you don't, because she sure thinks she's something, but nobody knows her name. I'm not really following you. I'm just going back to my seat over here. Oh, that guy. That guy. That guy. That weirdo. That weirdo. There he is in his beat up old pickup truck. Making lots of money on your Facebook, I see. Sure you are. Whoop. Ladies, how y'all doing? So there's that guy that talks really bad about me and Manuel over there. Got out of the pickup to talk to the real news guy in his beat up old truck. Can't remember his name. Somebody tell me his name. That's part of the problem I had since being dropped on my face. I'll remember all kinds of random shit, but then when I have something really important I'm trying to pull out of my brain, I can't remember it. I've got ringing in my ears and bad headaches and just a lot of forgetfulness that I didn't have before. It's Bentley Trump's evil sport. Hello from Montana. No, from Houston. What's going on here? We had a drive-by, or we had this is the entertainment district. I don't know if it was a drive-by, or I don't know if it was targeted, but we have a young man that was murdered, and then 2 other girls were hit by gunshots. CFW, are you the real news? I think I'm the real news. I just present it in a different way. But according to, we have a new court case. It's actually it was a Supreme Court case, I think. I don't know if it's circuit or Supreme Court. It's Pulliam versus Texas City. Oh, God. Kay Stevenson's going to know the court case. That court case says that anybody holding a camera is media. Anybody holding a camera is considered media, because a lot of times in events and things that the city provide, they'll kick people out that have YouTube channels, but they'll let real news go in. This guy over here that I'm always fighting with has said some really crappy stuff about me and Manuel on his page. That's why I don't like him, and that's why I'm rude to his face. So, baby vato. Pulliam. Yeah, Justin Pulliam. They caught the gunman. They're going to find this gunman because I was totally against the flock cameras. The flock cameras are spy cameras. They installed them over here in the entertainment district. And, of course, the side of town that is undesirables, they put the flock cameras there. But the point of the story is they violate your Fourth Amendment rights to be secure. But the flock cameras they have so many over here that this guy, they already know who he is. They probably already went to his house and arrested him. A camera picked him up on every intersection. The flock cameras are here. We pay millions a year for them. It's a specialized computer program just for this. But again, we sacrifice our privacy to catch bad people. So is it worth it? I don't know. It's worth it to the family where the kid died. She got almost beat to death by a cop. Yes, I did. I sure did, Flying Grandpa. If you want to just open another tab up and type in Carolina in Fort Worth and Google, my beat up face pops right up. And I didn't do anything. He told me it was 12 seconds from the time he said my name till I was smashed on the ground, because they don't like what me and Manuel Mata do, because we show the bad stuff. We whistleblow. And it's really a shame, because I went to the city council and had made a speech the other day, and I told them I don't understand why I'm the bad guy when I'm giving you on a silver platter cops that are violating rights, cops that are breaking the laws, cops that are just bad people. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the one being targeted. I'm the one with bond conditions. I'm the one that's labeled a cop hater. They told all the cops that we're cop haters. I'm not a cop hater. That's dangerous for me. That's dangerous for me for them to spread the lie that I'm a cop hater. The news, when it first came out, when I got hurt, some of the news people, they were respectful and they reported what happened. But other real news people said she was asked several times to go across the street and she refused to comply with the orders of the cop. Not true. Yeah, they target me because we call out their crimes and then we're embarrassed by them. Or they're embarrassed by us. We embarrass them too much. And I remember when this guy was working. They got to break. And also, here's another thing. They all accepted money from the Police Officers Association, even the district attorney, right? Even the district attorney. So they always take the police side. Okay, here's an example. Arlington, 2 years ago, E.B. Phillips. He's a police officer. He got fired faster than even Aaron Dean. He got fired because a guy was either A, drunk, I don't remember, or he was having a medical emergency, slumped over in his seat. They were knocking on his window to get his attention. He drove away at like 20 miles an hour. Cops were chasing him. They chased him into a cul-de-sac. They blocked the cul-de-sac. The guy with the medical problem was driving out of the cul-de-sac towards the police at like 10 miles an hour. And one of the cops opened fire to his windshield and killed him. He could have just stayed in his vehicle and they could have just followed him home. They knew where he lived because they had his license plate number. But the guy just jumped out of his car and shot him dead. Well, that went to the grand jury, and the grand jury said, let's indict him for murder. They indicted him for murder. Now, our district attorney 3 days ago said, guess what? I'm not going to prosecute that guy for murder. I'm letting him off the hook. I'm dismissing the case. And the people that worked really hard to get the indictment and did a lot of work to get it were asking him, why? What's your legal reasoning? He said, I don't have to have legal reasoning. It's district attorney discretion. All right? So the Police Officers Association got to him because they helped pay for his campaign. Again, so there you go. That's our district attorney, Phil Soros. All Texas, and he didn't press any charges against the guy that did that shit to me. Okay. Daniel paid for. But, what's it say? Cops only need to convince the court that he thought it was a lawful order. Yeah. Right. That's all they have to do. It's true. Or they say they were scared for their lives, officer safety. I'm not a cop hater, and this is not a cop hating channel. It's just that we want stuff to be fair for everybody, and we're tired of the kangaroo courts. We're tired of the police getting away with everything. If you want proof of what I'm saying, Google my face, and also Google 97-page Fort Worth Police Department expert review. It's a very easy read. You're not going to believe the culture here. You're not going to believe it. They're trained to comply, get people to comply no matter what. No matter what you have to do to make these people comply to your orders, you do that. That's what they're taught here. That's the culture. They have to turn in excessive force reports at the end of every month. There's the family. Somebody's screaming. There's my friend. Somebody's screaming over there on the other side. I was going to walk to the other side. That's mom probably or something. Is it? What's your name? What's your name? Yours. Are you one of the... Huh? Are you guys like... You're the activists, right? You're like... Are you all activists? No. Oh, okay. All right. I'm too far away for me to see, but I thought y'all were.
Yeah, I can't. The car right here.
She... Yeah, okay. I think that's the family.
That's a taxi.
So, yeah. Just Google those two things and you'll see what we're fighting. There's a third thing we're fighting. I don't even want to bring it up, but it's the jail, the Tarrant County Jail. What happened was there was either a drive-by or a targeted shooting. There's a boy in a car right on the other side of these police cars that they're doing the CSI work up on him right now. I don't know if it's a drive-by or a target, but he's dead in the car. I think his family just arrived. It happened about 30 minutes before the bar closed, and every single police officer that was on duty, shoulder force, came here. Every single one. And now they're not leaving because they're call dodging. The rest of the city's left, unprotected. But what do they do? What do they do to protect? They don't like just hang out anymore. This is a CSI lady coming out. How long ago did this shooting happen? Let's see. Ooh, is it that late already? I've been talking way too much. Let me see. Oh, 2 hours ago. This is a lot of work they have to do when they have the CSI come out in the corner. I mean, they take 360 photos and everything. Any victims? Yes, one person died and 2 ladies were shot with bullets. It's on the corner of Bledsoe and Norwood, and this is the entertainment district in Fort Worth. Can we get a sticker? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. How do you do stickers? I guess I could figure it out. I don't know how to do that. I have no. Somebody gave me another super chat. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to save $1,000 because I'm going to be arrested next week. I need it for the bond. Tucker says, Billabos are according to you. Oh, I'm not too far back. Let me skip all the way down. Okay. Sorry. Ask. Okay. Plasmir, you just ask if you can get a sticker and the cops will give you one. Oh! Well, actually, I can't get within 25 feet of them. I can't. Parole conditions or appeal bond conditions. Tulsa recall. What happened here? There's a dead young man. This is the entertainment district Saturday night. He's over in a car on the other side of these 2 cars right here. I'll walk over there. Like closer. Oh. And they're doing all the follow-up and workup and everything over here. Come over this way. Sit on this ledge. So there's a car right there where he's in. He's in that car right there. And they're doing the workup and everything for it. So I don't know if it's just a drive-by or what. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Because you're all the same. I have started my political party, yet you jump straight to that. Just don't be on another sheep. Okay. Let me see what he's saying behind here. Let me see what else he said. Yeah, that's a problem that we have. We had the go along, get along gang and sheeple. And I was a sheep. See, you're blue until something happens to you. When something happens to you, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things for you to realize that in America, we don't have a million different cultures. We have 2. We have blue people and people who aren't blue. And if you're not blue, you're not one of them. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They could care less. They don't work for us. Look at all this overpayment. Look at all these people here, all these cops here. Do we need all this police presence here right now? No, but they don't do anything. They only solve 20% of property crimes. They don't solve the murders. The first thing they ask when you have a property crime is, do you have insurance? And if you have insurance, they're not going to look for your stuff. What gives them what incentives give them? What kind of incentive do they have to solve the crime for you? This is why so many people who have cold cases of loved ones where they can't find the murderer, that's why they hire people, because that's an incentive for them to find the killer. They hire private detectives, whatever, because they have incentive. They have money incentives to find out what really happened. If you want to leave some of the comments and I can address some of them, that'd be kind of cool. Real question: is Charlie Kirk dead, or is it all staged for power grabs? That's another thing. I think he's dead. And I liked a lot of the ideas that he had. I mean, people are saying he's racist and he's that, but you know, like some of the things he said were kind of point on. I was always a pro-choice person. I'm still pro-choice. I think the lady should decide what she wants to do with her own body. But some of his abortion arguments were really point on. I mean, what's wrong with having arguments and debates as long as you're still friends? I have debates with people in this community, and we're still friends. I hang up on Basil, BZ Watchdog, all the time. I hang up on him all the time, but we're still friends. So that's what's healthy about people sharing and communicating ideas. But the problem is they investigate themselves and they find no wrongdoing. The guy that almost killed me got his job back. And we're not allowed to see why he was able to get his job back, because it's all done in secret by the police union, by a secret arbitrator. We don't even know his name. What kind of craziness is that? No transparency whatsoever. They're probably going to tow that car and leave the body intact. They're not going to pull the body out in front of everybody. But, yeah. There is a dead man inside that car right there. The lights are shining on it. But let me back up and maybe you can see it better. See the two ladies standing there? They're going to park a car in front of me again. There's a dead kid in that car. Right there. It's hard to see because of the lights. What's this? Let's fix it. No. But there's a dead kid in that car right there. Tucker, you guys are the same. I never started my... Oh, okay. Missed that. I already read that one. Buddy got rolled up in a pack. It's a crime not to have insurance. Yeah. I've never had insurance because insurance is just like a gamble. It's like a slot machine. You never know if you're going to need it. We have a county hospital here that I just go to. Pay it out. I don't have the money to go get insurance right now. So if you're just coming through, if you're just scrolling through, this was a Fort Worth. There was a drive-by shooting in the entertainment district. There's a dead kid in that car right there. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can block some of the light out right there. Hang on. Let's see if I can use this to block the light out so you can see the car. Okay, yeah, hey, there you go. Right there in that car where they're standing by, there's a dead child who's here just having fun. So we don't know if it was a drive-by, if it was targeted. Wow, that's a good trick right there. I just did with that blocking that. Those two ladies right there are CSI people. And there's also a detective over there. We got real media over here, but that kid right there, the heavyset one, he said crap about me and Manuel Mata on his Facebook channel. He's got a small Facebook channel. I just can't remember his name. Jenny Rodriguez, you complain about police presence? No, police presence is fine, but over policing is not. Like, for example, Stockyards. A few months ago, we had a drive-by shooting with an AK. 18-year-old kid celebrating his birthday while he was killed. He was killed in the parking lot that all the underage drivers go to. When that boy was killed, there was never police presence out in the Stockyards. Had they just had a cop car parked on the corner, it probably would have prevented that. Is when they create problems for people. Why do they? Okay, I was at the Stockyards yesterday. Here's another example. Kid had a headlight out. Instead of just telling him, hey man, you got a headlight out, he got a ticket for it. He left his driver's license at home. He had a driver's license, but he didn't have it with him physically. And you're supposed to have it with you physically when you drive. Because he didn't have that piece of plastic with him, they had to call his mom to come get him. They called his mom to come get him. They want my gimbal. So why did he just say, man, you got a headlight out, go fix it? No, they didn't. So they can use their officer discretion. If they don't like you, they give you 100 tickets, but even if you kiss their butts, sometimes they're not going to like you. Like the homeless people, they try to kiss their butts all the time because they go to jail here all the time for criminal trespass. Let's see if I can zoom in and try to do it with that light again. Oh, see, the other day I jumped up to film because of see that heavyset guy right there? He thinks he's real news, and he registered as real news. But he says a bunch of stuff about me and Manuel on his Facebook page. That's why I don't like him. It's right there. I forgot his name though. And he rubs elbows with all the real people from the real channels. But his Facebook channel is so small. Someone got to remember his name. Manuel always talks about him, my partner Manuel. Somebody in here has to remember his name. I can't remember it. Okay, so, hang on. I think that's as far as I can zoom in with the live. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, focused. So there's a dead boy in that car right there. There was also 2 girls that were hit, but they had survived. He supposedly, what I heard on the street, was shot in the head and just died instantly. He's in that car right there. They're processing it. Wow, I didn't know I could do that with the cop lights. It's trying to focus. There. 760. No GIA 6 for him. I don't know what that means. What's happening? It's a shooting right here. They got the CSI right there. There's a dead person in that car right there. Young man shot in the head. Don't know if it's targeted. Don't know if it's a drive-by. 2 other girls were shot. This is the entertainment district of Fort Worth. Yeah, this is how you do see the real climate. If you read that 97-page report, it's a very easy read. You can skim through it and get the gist of everything you need. That's a great report. 97-page expert report, Fort Worth Police Department. The city paid $1 million to have it done, and they didn't follow one suggestion. And it explains the culture of the Fort Worth Police Department to the T. It's crazy. It's crazy how the culture is. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. I'm telling you, you won't believe it. And if you Google my name, Carolina in Fort Worth, if you Google it, you'll see the excessive force that was used on me. But crazily, you can look at the crime statistics, but each division has to turn in an excessive force report, and they self-report. So they're not getting all of them. They have to self-report. Oh, there's a powwow going on down there. I don't know if that's a family or what. I can't see. I might have to go around and look. Another powwow. There's more crime on the self-reporting excessive force reports than there is on the crime on the street, like being reported. They use excessive force all the time on people. And here, people just don't sue. We're trained to defer to them. We're trained, even in grade school. The whole concept of school is to teach people how to obey and not to ask questions. But it's healthy to have debates, present the different sides. And, I don't like what the KKK does, but I will support them to the end for their freedom of speech. Which, that's slowly going away. Rights to privacy is going away. Everything. The guy that got shot was a clone on a clone. What's happening from New Zealand here? Hey, Sapphire. It was a killing. There's the boy that's dead in that vehicle right there. This is an entertainment district, and he was shot dead. 2 other girls were hurt. But this is a big deal because the city put a lot of money into the entertainment district, and there recently was another shooting here about almost a year ago, and they vowed to clean this place up and fix it. But all they did was put new streetlights in. The clone of Charlie Kirk died on a fentanyl overdose. No. Do you support murderers? I don't support murderers. Do you support murderers? I don't support murderers. Why would I? I support murderers' rights, and everybody's allowed to have due process. I support that. I support getting your evidence the right way and not breaking the law to get it. Using search warrants legally, all that. I don't support murderers, and I don't support crime. But I don't support police that are bad. Read the 97-page report. Expert review. Just type in Google 97-page report, Fort Worth. Expert review, and it'll pop right up. 97 pages, where they didn't take not one suggestion that the expert told them to do. That's the guy right there that's always talking about me and Manuel. My other guy that does this with me talks crap about on Facebook. Okay, Steven, do you remember this guy's name? Come on. Mama's always talking about him. Haha, sounded like he said a poor choice of one. It's part of the culture is meant urban areas. No, the culture of the police department is they're trained to get people to comply no matter what they have to. Oh, I'm way far back, aren't I? They are trained to comply no matter what. To comply no matter what. Okay, now I went back. Okay. Cynthia, you voted for Trump, didn't you? I voted for neither one of them, but I voted because I wanted to keep my right to vote. Antonio Garcia. Yeah, you comply or find out. Yeah, it's a go along, get along game. Because I haven't complied and Manuel hasn't complied, they're trying to get us like in the courtrooms now. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, lots of appeals, lots of time to wait. I mean, they convict people left and right here for no. Like, I see so many false convictions. I've been sitting in courtrooms watching. It's terrible. There's so many people innocent in jail. Or, you know, if you ever look at the police report, it matches the body cam footage. Court sucks. I have a brain, says Cynthia Thompson. My affidavit that the cop wrote about me did not match what it said. Did not match. I forgot what happened. I'm trying to hear what that guy said on the phone. He came out from under the tape. He's walking by me. Let's hear what he says. He came out from under the tape. I don't know if he's a cop or just was stuck inside the restaurant. It was a drive-by or it was a killing. I'm not sure the details to it, but yeah, one guy's dead. He was shot in the head. 2 girls went to the hospital, and the dead guy is in that car right there that they're processing. That car right over there. I'm just covering up the lights. That car right down there. Oh, now the camera's focusing on this boy with the phone. They're processing that car, doing the CSI stuff. You know, which way the bullets came from, what kind they are, where's the casings, all that. How are you not sleepy? I don't know. Because I'm hyped up on this.
Right? I'm here right now.
Oh, he can't get his car. How many? Oh, I heard only 3 people. How come you're not asleep? Ask them if they know. They kept walking. Nobody voted for Kamala. She had a lot of good stuff to say, but you know, socialists. Let's see what this says. Nobody voted for Kamala. Trump barely won. Obviously, you don't have a brain, Cynthia. Well, you know, and a lot of people think Trump, you know, we have checks and balances. He can't just take over. He has to, like, go through channels. He can't just take over. I'm really upset about the flag burning now. I think people are burning the flags just to be irritating, but we have to allow them to burn the flag. That's freedom of speech. Okay? He's trying to push laws for that, but he can't make the law. The Senate and the Congress have to make the laws. There's too much precedent on that right now. Looks like they're going to tow this car. Take it back to CSI, to the garage. What street is that on? It's on Norwood Street and I'll tell you. Norwood and Bledsoe. Bledsoe. I can't see it from over here. No, right there. See, these lights are bad. Oh. Bledsoe. That says Bledsoe. See it? It's in Fort Worth. It's the entertainment district. sad how people do anything for views. Excuse me? What do you do for your views? What do you do for your views? I film cops. That's what I do for my views. Tim, congratulations for being the first YouTube channel I've blocked and banned. Oh, thank me? Okay. You banned me from your channel? Okay. Real issues, like what, dummy? Real issues? Well, I went over a lot of good real issues that I talked about. I talked about the 97-page review. I talked about how the police officers union is now in charge of the discipline and everything for police. I've talked about how all the police officers union, what they did was they gave money for the campaigns for the mayor and for the city council members. They did all that. I've talked about that. How in Fort Worth we have two cultures here. We have police and non-police. That's a secret society where they investigate themselves. They're non-transparent. They're not honest. Like for instance, we had a lot of. They do a lot of things for sport here, like the cops do, like chasing cars that are stolen. They know they're stolen because we have the fog cameras, so they know when a car's stolen. They also know when a car gets stopped, and so that they can just go get it. But instead, when they find a stolen car on the fog cameras, what they do is they have like sport, and they just chase it. Several bystanders have been killed because of the sport of chasing these stolen vehicles, right? So the media, not me, what's going on down here? Not me, but other media, they wanted to know what the rules were, the policies were for the chase policy. I would assume, being that this is modern times, that the best chase policy would be not to chase. They have the cameras. They see when the guy stops. Wouldn't you rather have your stolen vehicle back in one piece than be all rolled and done, messed up and smashed because you were running from the police? So we asked for the chase policy, and they wouldn't give it to us. Well, the media did. And so we FOIA requested it. We put it to Attorney General, and they have to give it to us. Well, the Attorney General said, give it to them. Our police department and Police Officers Association, they still refused to give it. And they went to the city council and they asked for money so they could hire lawyers to keep the chase policy out of the hands of the people. And the city council went for it. The city council approved that money for lawyers to keep the chase policy. They said if criminals knew the chase policy, they would use it to their advantage. What? When you're stealing a car, the statistics show that stolen cars are usually spur-of-the-moment things. They're usually like, a crime of, it just happened to be there, so I took it. All right? That's what they are. They're not planned. When you steal a car, you have to have you have to be in the right place at the right time to steal a car. So the crimes of opportunity. There you go. So the criminal's not let's say that if the car chase is, let's say it's in their policy, if the car chase goes over 90 miles an hour, the police have to back off. They're saying that if the criminals knew that if they got up to 90, the cops would stop chasing them, that would be important. That they don't know that they don't know the policy is to stop chasing at 90 miles per hour. Or what if well, I thought that was me at first. So the chase policy is criminals are not going to use it to their advantage. The people that are stealing cars are not smart people. All right? But how smart was it that the city council gave the Police Officers Association big bucks for us not to get it, even though the Attorney General demanded that they give it? I'm sure the chase policy is just like a lot of the other major cities around here. I'm sure it's just like Dallas is, or just like anyone else's. So what was the big deal about hiding it? Oh, because the criminals, they'll get it and they'll know how to get away. They can't get away with the fog cameras, etc. And people were dying, bystanders. And it was costing the city money because those people sued the dead people's families. So did they do like a balance sheet and find out, okay, well, it's cheaper for us to pay off the dead people and this and that. So, like, what did they do to figure that out? Well, don't you think that the city council would like to have less dead constituents, less dead citizens, and less chasing and putting people in danger? They took the side of the Police Officers Association, even though they didn't want to, because they accepted money for their campaigns. I didn't know this was here. And then there's some more tape down there. So that's what I'm talking about. They get what they want. And they put people in the council and in the city government that they will get what they want. Because I don't understand why it has to be so secretive. Why they don't have community policing. Used to be, like in the olden days, police would know every person in their precinct. They would know everything. They would know who sells this, who does that, where the best bakeries are. They would know all that. They would know all that, right? I mean, okay. Thought there's going to be like a fight over here, but there wasn't. I have the street blocked off. All the kids are down here. I don't want to show them. I don't think they'd be happy about that. Oh, this is the family. I'm not going down there. That's too sad. The whole family's down there. I'll show y'all when I get in the dark, so you can see. The family's all gathered at this end. Here's another land they cleared off to put another apartment complex. Okay, let's see if it works. There's the family all just waiting. What they're waiting for, I don't know. Oops. Bugle Magnum. You haven't read a single letter of the Constitution. If you think that's true, Fotu. Okay, Fotu must have said something weird. Grow the camera. What are you doing up so early, girl? I don't care if you are for the right or the left. Be respectful. Yeah, I don't care either. I don't care if they're disrespectful. I'll answer to it. I haven't watched the chat. I've been watching where I'm walking because there's a lot of uneven sidewalks. But I'll address them. I don't mind addressing them. You know that. Faces. Thomas Thompson. Jesus loves everyone without prejudice. Apparently, for be it for me to know, but I've never met him. But I don't think Jesus likes Muslims, does he? That's a good question. That's what they say. Trump would deport him. What are they eating? I don't know. Happy weekend. Okay. Bugle Magnum, case in point. Hypocrites. They are. Crusades. Man. The Crusades was a political war too. That was a crazy thing. Crusades. Jesus is a Muslim prophet. That's right. I was just saying that a lot of the people that are here that are supposedly Christian, right? They don't like Muslims. How can you be Christian and not like somebody? Like, I thought Christian people were supposed to be like, they wore the bracelets that say WWJD, like, what would Jesus do? Aren't you supposed to love thy neighbor? Isn't that one of the commandments? But they're totally against Muslims. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people fight over religion. It's like, who cares about religion? Why do we gotta fight over religion? The Crusades have nothing to do with Jesus. Oh, they didn't? Well, that's funny because the Pope called for them, right? And it wasn't the Pope pro-Jesus. No, the Crusades were all political. We all know that. But they didn't say that to the people to get them to fight, because what they want people to fight and help them. So they told the people in England, if you went and fought in the Crusades, you'd be able to have some money and get your own like plot of land somewhere. Because if you lived in England during the Crusade times, the only time you ever progressed up in rank was if you were a royalty. Precisely my point. Every single one of you believes in Jesus, but none of you believe in the devil, for which I am. You will say that I'm not, because you say that the devil does not exist. You know what? It's so weird about that kind of stuff too, because like, how many women kill their kids and say the devil made them do it, or even, you know, like the devil made me do it, or God told me to do it, or whatever, right? So they take that as so they go to prison for the rest of their lives, but God told them to do it. Nobody believes them. What if God did? Nobody believes him. Like, for instance, Israel used to have Palestinians living in it. Used to have Muslim people living there, right? But 800 years ago, Abraham had a dream. And in that dream, God told him that Palestine was theirs, belonged to the Jews. So they gathered all their war equipment and they went to Palestine, and they kicked, in the 50s, all the people that lived in Israel out to the Gaza Strip. So they took away their businesses, they took away their homes. There are people living in homes that were built by the Palestinians because Abraham had a dream 800 years ago, and God told him in that dream to go take Israel for themselves. And America, we gave them the money to do it too. And now Israel has the Star of David on their flag, which means that they rule their people by Jewish ways. So if you're a Muslim living in Israel and your ways are different than the Jewish way, you have to abide by the rules of the Jewish people, because they didn't separate their church and their state. We have our church and state separated, supposedly. That's why courthouses are not allowed to have nativity scenes on the front lawn, because that's a Christian icon, right? It's a Christian icon, the nativity scene. So if you're Jewish walking into the courthouse and you have a nativity scene on the front lawn, do you think you're going to get a fair trial? Mm-mm. Everybody's supposed to get due process, but they don't. Jesus says, none of you believe the devil. Okay. Now what they're doing here in Texas is they're trying to bring religion back into the classrooms. And I disagree with that so much, because it's not fair to the kids that are Muslim or Indian or whatever, or agnostic. It's not fair that they have to learn the Ten Commandments and all that. That should stay at the church. We should keep the church and state separated. I'm not anti-Semitic. I like Jewish people. Yeah, that's how the story is. Oh, was it 8,000 years ago? That's 800? Okay, I was wrong. When I got knocked on my head, I lost a lot of good memories. I used to be the best person at Trivial Pursuit, but I get things mixed up now. Anyways, I can admit it. But still, that was true. Like, that's what they said. Abraham dreamed it. Okay. I had a dream. And was that really fair to the... That's like Mexico coming up to Texas and saying, this is ours again. Get out of your houses and go across to Oklahoma. And they come and live in our houses. That's what they did. And that's what they're doing in Israel. And they pushed the Palestinians onto this little strip of land by the ocean and cut them off from food, water, supplies, everything. Just because of the religious thing. Come on, man. Because they wouldn't comply to their rules in Israel. They had to leave. Because their rules are... They have the Star of David on their flag. And we send more money to Israel than any other place. Not because we agree with what they're doing, but they're a buffer between the free world and the Arab world. We need them as a buffer because it's our geography location. Anyone who really knows Jesus' message knows that Jesus is pro-immigrant. I'm pro-immigrant. The only reason why we're overwhelmed with Mexican immigrants is because it's our own fault. They're trying to leave the cartels and trying to leave the bad lives that they're having in Mexico because of the cartels. And the cartels are in business because Americans, there's a market for marijuana here, right? If they didn't have the market for marijuana, they wouldn't be providing the product. If America legalized or decriminalized marijuana, like they've been doing slowly but surely, the cartels would go out of business. And then the people would quit coming over here. So that's their own fault that the immigrants are coming over here from Mexico. 8,000 years of the same behavior. And at this point, I'm antiseptic. Antiseptic? You're antiseptic? I'm not. I don't care what people's religion is. Who cares? I mean, if you were born in India, you're gonna be a Hindu. Come on, man. Who cares, like, what religion people practice? That's the whole idea of the First Amendment, you know? Freedom of religion. But that's changing. That's changing so much. Like, especially here in Texas, trying to put religion. They're even teaching like Bible stories. They have like a new curriculum. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair to all the kids in the class. My logic's flawed. I don't know if my logic's flawed. My logic's flawed because I don't care what religion everybody is. I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but Hype Girl in Mexico, do they still haven't got me? I lived in Mexico. That's why I'm so pro-Mexican immigrant. Also, one of my first teaching jobs was English as a second language. And there's a lot of like kids from Mexico that came over. It's impossible to come over now legally from Mexico because they have a quota system here, right? And the quota system for Mexicans have already been reached like several years over. Mexicans were colonizers too, yeah? Don't worry, they'll get you. Me? Okay. Did I say I was antiseptic? No. I'm anti... What am I anti? I'm anti people who don't tolerate other religions and other ideas. That's the whole idea of America. It's the freedom to be able to voice our opinions with each other without being in fear. But a lot of people don't understand that freedom of speech is not meant for people. It's meant for us people to be able to speak out against the government without fear. Now, it's like, if someone makes lies about me, like that boy that's talking about me on Facebook and stuff, that's not protected by the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, that's why all those people got fired for talking about that Charlie guy, Charlie Kirk, when he got killed, because you know, when you work in a private sector, you have to follow the rules of the private sector. You don't get freedom of speech in a private sector, or even if you're working in government. Freedom of speech was designed for us people to be able to speak out against the government and to say our opinions and create new governments and create ideas and laws and discussion about how to improve things. That's what freedom of speech is about. People don't even know what Antifa is. What's Antifa? Is that the umbrella people? Are those the umbrella people? Okay. Say it's sad to lose Charlie. I think it's sad to lose anybody. I respected his opinions. I respected his opinions he had on abortion. That was his opinion. I respected his opinions just like I respect anybody else's opinions. We should be allowed to have our opinions. He respected the people that he spoke to. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course I'm sad that Charlie died, but I think he was like, I thought what was great about Charlie Kirk, and is that he was getting people to discuss things. At least people are realizing, the younger people are realizing about politics and starting to look at it a little bit differently. Whereas, you know, you couldn't even get them to go out and vote. And now they're interested in what's going on around them. And that's what he did. He created people talking and discussing things. I mean, 20 years ago, we didn't discuss pronouns. 20 years ago or 40 years ago, they would like lynch gay people. We have thousands of black Americans that were lynched and nothing was ever done about it and talked about. It's not in the history books. Now we have people that are openly discussing all kinds of ideas and things. And Charlie Kirk, you know, he helped with that. And, you know, people were talking, recently just started talking in our city council meetings and voicing their concerns. You know, a lot of the concerns I voiced, nothing was addressed, but at least I got it on record. And now they took away that from the people of Fort Worth. They cut the meetings down that we can only give public comments 10 times a year. That's it. Get them Antifa. The Buddhists ran the Silk Road. No, the Buddhists didn't run anything. The Buddhists were like, they were always looking for enlightenment. The Buddhists didn't run it. The Chinese did. Charlie was a bad person, but you shouldn't have been shot for it. I don't think he was a bad person. What did he do that was bad? Did he do something that was bad? He was a Devadier. What was bad about Charlie? I mean, like, what did he do bad? I didn't know he did something bad. Didn't you hear what happened in Dallas when the man was decapitated? Illegal immigrant did it. Okay, then, so does that mean everybody that's an illegal immigrant is a murderer? Maybe he just was off his meds. It's just a, like, so does that mean we don't let immigrants into our country? Really? My son was born in Mexico, by the way. What? Why? Because he had views you didn't like? I don't respect the way Charlie Kirk enough. Wait, I wish I had my glasses on. I don't respect the way Charlie Kirk thought at all, but also don't believe in political violence. Did Charlie Kirk believe in political violence? Did he call for, like, political violence? Huh. I didn't know that. I didn't know he wanted political violence. Are you into losers? Am I into losers? I don't know. What's a loser? Define it. USA is a Christian country. It's simple as that. No, it's not simple as that, because the First Amendment says that we have freedom of religion. It might be mainly filled with Christians, but that's just recent, because 10 years ago, agnostics and atheists, the non-believers were more prevalent than the believers. Did Charlie say that he wanted violent means? Like, I didn't know he called for violence. Yeah, the main founders were deists. Yeah, the main founders didn't believe in churches. Really, they believed in spiritual things, but not like the institution of church, because churches were created to control people, I think. Constantinople was a Roman that actually had the Bible commissioned to be written out. I mean, they had the Bible, but it wasn't, like, actually written out. But the royalty used it a lot, saying, you're going to have a better life when you die. Just work really hard right now. When you die, you get a better life. And they even sold tickets to heaven. The Catholic Church did. And it used to be just the Catholic Church until Martin Luther decided, he didn't like some of the teachings of the Catholic Church, and he established the Protestant religion. And then they had what? They had the Inquisitions, where they would burn all the Catholics. And then Bloody Mary took over England, and she burned all the Protestants. So they would burn people at the stake and shit, because they're either Protestant or Catholic. But it was the same basis, So we've had crusades over religion. We've had the Holocaust over religion. We've had the Inquisitions and Spanish Inquisition, the one in England. We had people burned at the stake. We had people hung and lynched, and all over religion. That's why the First Amendment is so important, for the freedom of religion, and not taking and keeping state and church separated, keeping them separated. This is ridiculous that the Texans are trying to put the church Christianity into their curriculum. And another thing that's bad is that our city council, our county commissioners, there's 3 that are Republican and 2 that are Protestant, and they commissioned a statue of the 10 Commandments or some kind of plaque. They wanted built on the property of the commissioner's court. They wanted the 10 Commandments put there, and we had so many people who were Christian that went up and spoke against that. I don't think that. I think we should keep it separate. The city, the religion and government need to be separated, for sure. Feeling it is a feeling. What in the world are you watching or reading, getting that info or knowledge? Me? I don't know. I think I'm right. You didn't know about the Inquisition? Was that what you mean? I don't know who you're talking to. I know I'm right about the Crusades, the Inquisitions, and burning that takes 4 hours to die if you're burned at the stake. That's crazy long time. That's a crazy long time. But the law says separate. You're supposed to have church and state separated. But I can't believe they're trying to bring it into the schools. Just can't believe it. And before these people do such bad stuff, if they're really Christian, why don't they think first, what would Jesus do? They don't do that. They just, I mean, if they're truly Christian, why don't they do what Jesus would do? What would Jesus do? Right? I don't know. But share. Your line, like I know you're talking about. Okay. Charlie is dancing with the devil right now, waiting for Trump. What? Are you sure about that? I'm not sure. I don't think he was bad. I thought he had a lot of good ideas. I really enjoyed the fact that he was bringing the country, like, able to debate and speak their mind and to be able to say what they think. Ben Franklin's one of the greats. He should have had been here. That person would be dead. You're just mad you could never argue a single thing against him. I don't know. He was a good debater. He was a very good debater. He became really famous after the fact that he died. Rogue Snowskin. Many didn't know who the guy was, and people act like we have to care. No one cares that much about some TV celebrity. He didn't really become that famous until after death, did he? And there's so many celebrities now. We just had ABC, NBC, CBS, and we only had the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family. And now we have all these channels with all kinds of different famous people. Bewitched. Have you gotten your passport? No immigrants here get legal or go home. I believe that if you've been here and you made a life for yourself and you have children here and you participated in your community and you were a good person, I don't think that they should chase you out. It's very, very hard to come here from Mexico legally anymore because the quota system has jammed it up. We can't. Most of the Mexicans over here came out on tourist visas and such and just stayed. Huh. Let's see. Which one's the alpha? Which one's the alpha?
Oh, the smaller one?
This one here?
Yeah.
That's the alpha?
Yeah, the older one.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. They're all Chihuahuas, huh?
No, she's a mid pin and they're mid pin Jack Russell mixes.
Okay. But she's the boss.
Yeah, she's definitely.
You're the boss. You're the boss. They're cute. We shouldn't have ever cursed. We shouldn't put ourselves in parties like right or left. It separates legit the people of America. Well, the reason why they can't get a third party going like libertarian is because then you don't have a majority vote in the Senate and the House. If you have three parties, you can't get a majority vote. Or four parties, you can't get a majority vote. But we do have the Nazi Party and we have other parties, that they just don't get the hype that Republicans and Democrats have. And a lot of the ideas on both sides are similar. So labeling yourself one or the other, it's kind of hard to do, but yeah, that's why they don't have three parties. No one said no immigrants. I don't believe in no immigrants. I think we should allow immigrants to come. I mean, shoot, President Trump's wife, she's an immigrant, right? And the reason why she was able to come in is because nobody from that country ever comes here. So it was easy for her to come in. They're saying wrong stuff on Charlie. Yeah, they are saying wrong stuff on Charlie. Because they don't know. They should watch the shorts more, huh? People should do more research like that. They should do more research. How y'all doing? You are talking a lot of nonsense. I am. The reason I liked Charlie was because he was a good debater, and it's great to get ideas out there. And I was pro-choice, but I'm still pro-choice. But I liked his ideas he had on abortion. I enjoyed listening to some of his ideas on things. I didn't agree with them, but I respected his ideas and things that he did. There's more cops driving around. Have you? Hey, hello, Memorial Gardens. Okay, Shane, stop. Adam Smith. Ooh, just for FYI. Adam Smith and Invisible Hand. Yeah, remember him? Adam Smith. Everybody who's listened to Charlie Kirk, who thinks ill of him, was never listened to the whole story exactly. They would just hear the sound bites. Charlie Kirk never said to stone gay people, stop with the lies. Yeah, it's true. He never did say that. He never said stone the gay people, and I don't think he was racist. And you kind of agree with his ideas about like they had, what was that thing where they had to have the God, so many blacks, so many whites. What was that called? Affirmative action. Okay, so like right now I have a lot of videos out about the female cops, right? Well, are female cops as good as the male cops? They're not the same physically, right? So if we have forced to hire, they want to have 30% of the police departments 30% female by the year 2035. They want their departments to be, a lot of the bigger departments want to have 30% women on the force. But if you are choosing to put women on the force, you're cutting out a good qualified man, right? Right? A lot of you have seen the videos where the female officer and the male officers are partners, and the male's getting his ass kicked, and the female doesn't even know how to jump in and fix it. So Adam Smith, yeah, Adam Smith. Also, if you know Shane Stout, he's the Invisible Hand, and how business is the key to keeping peace around the world. And also, I was kind of pushing for Trump when he first was on the scene, because I thought, okay, I believe that business is what keeps us in peace. Lift the tariffs, lift that kind of stuff, have the competition going, because competition is the key. Americans would rather have a product that is a good product and cheaper. They want to have choices, and I would choose the product. Like let's say that toy XYZ, okay, can be made in America and it can be made in China, right? Toy XYZ. If it's cheaper from the one in China and the product's exactly the same, why wouldn't you buy the one from China? Well, if you buy the toy from China, that means that people in America are going to be losing their jobs, because that toy company's going out of business because the Chinese toy is better than the American toy. Okay? That's how business works. If you can't compete, and then you have to go out of business. And what happens is those people move to other industries and other services and other jobs. And we graduate. Huh? Yeah, why? Oh, because I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my... Look, I want to show you. This is what I'm talking. I have all these people right here. I'm talking to them. Yeah. That would look weird. That would look weird, me standing there talking to myself.
I couldn't.
Your truck's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That was nice of you to check on me.
No problem. Have a good night, man.
I was talking to myself and he checked on me. But that's your fault. If you go out of business because the Chinese product is better than yours, too bad. Move on to other things, create different products. We're more of a service industry now. We're more banking and insurance. But I also believe that we should put, let's say, we should put our factories into other countries. And this is why. Let's say there's a country in Africa that's really destitute. Let's say Ethiopia. Let's say that we could put like some sort of factory in Ethiopia. A business could, one of these private businesses. And they would see if they were able to. Okay, here's the deal. I think that they should be able to put American factories in foreign countries so that they don't have to pay the labor as much, and that'll make the product cheaper, and they'll be able to compete with other people making that product and maybe put them out of business. Now, you might say, well, that's not fair to pay those people in those foreign countries $1 an hour to work, right? Okay, but what's the alternative? The alternatives of those people that are getting these factories is eating corn out of the poop of the cow, right? They would rather work in a factory for $1 an hour than be starving to death, okay? Now, that factory that's there, the only thing that we're asking those people to do, if you're the owner of that factory, is assemble. We're doing all the marketing. We're doing the inventing. We're all those jobs are here. The marketing jobs, the inventing jobs, the engineering jobs, the making the machinery to make the product jobs. All those jobs are here. The only thing we're asking them to do is assemble. All right. So let's say that a company goes and has their plant put there and they're making $1 a day. Then another company goes over there, right? Now that company is going to be competing for the workers of the other company in that poor country. So now we have 2 factories there. And the second factory comes in and says, we're going to pay you $2 an hour, right? Because you guys already have experience and we want you to come work for us, right? All right. Then the first company's going to say, well, we're going to match that. We're going to pay $2 an hour too. And suddenly you take these underdeveloped countries that where the people were starving to death, their children were starving, their children had flies, nitpicking in their eyes. Suddenly those countries are starting to develop. They're starting to develop. And then they're going to rise up and have education, have better living styles, all that, just because a factory went there to have their product assembled. And that's what Americans want, consumer goods that are cheaper. But Donald Trump put tariffs. He says that, no, we don't want products made in China because that loses our jobs in the United States. Well, if you've noticed, ladies, if you've gone to Walgreens or if you've gone to Walmart to buy your makeup, it's all doubled in price because it's all made over there because of the tariffs, I think. The tariffs. The best way to create harmony in the world is not to have any tariffs at all, not to have any kind of restrictions on trade. Because let's say that you're a pencil factory and you get your rubber from one part of the world and you get your lead from another part. You don't want to have a war with that place because then you lose the resource you need to make your pencil product you have. That's what keeps peace in the whole world, not having tariffs. Think about Africa for a minute. Okay? Let's hear about, there's people starving in Africa. Okay, let's say you're on the west part of the country and you have food, plenty of food, and you want to give it to the starving people on the east part of the continent of Africa, continent. You're on the west part of the continent. But to get that food there to the starving people, you have to go through 10 countries. And what happens when you go through those 10 countries? Delays, waits, taxes, tariffs, this, that, delays, again, waiting, paperwork, all that, because you didn't have the freedom of trade. And by the time that food got to those people that were starving, it either was spoiled or it just wasn't worth it because of all the immigration or the regulation and everything they have for products. You see there? That's why it's important not to have tariffs. That's why if an American job disappears, it'll get absorbed and we'll move on to something else. We should not be doing factory jobs. That's kindergarten. We should be doing more freaking like insurance and banking and service industries and moving up into high school instead of doing the kindergarten work, right? Besides that, we have our population under control here. We don't need as much food as other countries, and we sell a lot of our food to other countries too, by the way. So, right? So we don't have to have those factory jobs here. We can get by without the factory jobs. Hello? Government should not be bailing out these companies either. And another problem is we have too much government regulation on products that are privately, like for instance, the cars that have that third light up on the windshield, in the back windshield or whatever, if that's a windshield, the back window. That was mandated in 1986. The government said, all you car factories, you have to put that third brake light up there because it's a matter of safety and life and death. And so all those companies had to retool their factories to put that light up there because of the regulations. Imagine how much cheaper a car would be if you could order it without that light, without seatbelts, without all the safety features you might not want. Because you're the consumer, you should be able to decide what you want. But the government decides for you. So, right? The best thing you can do is not pick a side. Pick my side. Closed-minded fools who drank the Kool-Aid will never know. Plus, George Daly, did you know that milk was a scam? Milk was a scam. Do you know immunizations are making pharma big money because now kids are required to have their immunizations. Think how much money they're making off those immunizations every year. You know, they find a cure for they find a cure for AIDS, but they don't find a cure for herpes. 1 out of 4 people in America have herpes, a sexually transmitted disease. Why do you think they haven't found a cure for herpes? Oh, they got the cure for it. It's sitting on a shelf somewhere, but they make too much money off the drugs that they're giving to the people who have herpes. 1 out of 4 people have herpes. Why would you want to get a cure for it? You see? That's why. You know there's a cure for herpes. You know it. And how did they get a COVID vaccination so fast? That's kind of weird. They had it all ready to go. Huh. How much people made money off that? They made so much. Oh, so many people made money off COVID. It was crazy. They're giving all those things away for free, and if you have this business and that business and blah blah blah, and the mask people. Oh my God. Oh, and what about the plexiglass companies? All those people that put the germ shields up on them in front of the cash registers and stuff. Did you see how fast people had plexiglass and shields and all that stuff? Did you see how fast that happened? That the plexiglass was made and oh my God. And of course the stickers that they put on the floor to keep spacing from each other, social distancing. So like at the checkout counters, they would have like 6-foot stickers 6 foot apart. They would say stand here. They had all that stuff ready to go. And get out of here. You know, the plexiglass, the stickers, the all that stuff, all ready to go already. Look how much people made money off that. COVID and stuff. Huh. The best thing you can do is don't, because I already read that one. Uh-oh. No one's saying anything now. Adam Smith says Donald Trump. I thought Donald Trump, that's why I was really pushing for him, because I thought, wow, you know, he's in business. He'll know what to do. He'll know how to handle the tariffs and all that. Nope. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that he was pushing for tariffs, the first thing. Tariffs, that doesn't create competition, and that doesn't create competition is the best thing. I had an exchange student once in my house. She was from Brazil. Brazil's pretty progressive, but what she said freaked her out the most was the choices in the stores for everything. So many choices, right? The choices that people have in America, unreal. I can't read this and drive. Universe, if that's the case. Quit Nintendo games. Oh yeah, well, Nintendo's not an American product. Nintendo's what? Is it Japanese? It's a Japanese product. And it all started with Nintendo and Atari. I don't think Atari was an American-made product. And as far as taxes go, oh, the 1% need to pay more taxes. No, they don't. No, they don't. I think that the richest people should not be, they should have to pay tax, but they shouldn't be overtaxed, because rich people, they don't take their money and put it in a bank or hide it under their mattress. Rich people take their money and they reinvest it into the economy. They create jobs, they reinvest it. They don't just hoard their money. But if they have to pay taxes, high taxes, well then they're not going to have money to invest into the economy. So why would you overtax the people that are super rich? It's not their fault that they're rich. It's a good job they're rich. Some of them are self-created. Some of them inherited it. But that's what we do. We go to work so that we can leave our kids something when we die. Why should the government be able to take that away? Right? This is Fort Worth. I'm driving through. But look how they put these stupid planters in the middle of the street. So many people have broke their cars. Look at this. See this? It's right in the middle of the street. I'm gonna get to the next one up here. They block, people run over those really bad and have hurt their cars. And this bridge was really expensive too. We didn't need this really fancy bridge. I don't know why we overspend on stuff like this. a nice bridge, but also, there's a lot of laws out there that really hurt businesses, like minimum wage law. Minimum wage law really hurts a lot of businesses. People should be paid what they're worth, not what the government demands them to be paid. You know? Like, the kids at Walmart, I've seen it at Walmart, oh my goodness. I've heard them get on the loudspeakers and telling the kids to get back to work. One time I went to Walmart, and they had like, at 6 in the morning, I went again later. Anyways, this kid was working on a project. And he was working on this, like, putting a shelf together, something, I don't know. But, oops, I don't think I can go that way. He took like all day. He wasn't worth the money they were paying him to do that. Okay? How many kids have been out there trying to get jobs and they would say, I would just work for $5 an hour. Yeah, you would, and that's probably what you're worth. You're not worth the minimum, the high price, you know? If you're forced to pay your employees what the government wants you to pay them, that means that you have to cut their hours. So they're not, the minimum wage doesn't help people. It's like if you're a small business and you have 5 people and your budget for labor is XYZ and they say you have to pay them more, well, then you're going to have to cut their hours and the service to the customers is going to go down, right? And so minimum wage doesn't help. It cuts people's hours. And then we have so many companies that are hiring in at part-time so that they don't have to give the benefits that full-timers get. That's pretty smart. They're trying to save their company money. And besides that, I bet you guys didn't know this. 30% of the labor force works for the government somehow. Look how many people are employed by the government. Look at them all. It's worthless people. Some of them aren't even needed anymore. Right? I mean, whenever you go to a government office, they're all just sitting around. What, got one person working and all the rest are sitting around. Come on. They only do their job half right because it doesn't matter, because it takes so much to fire these people that work in the government. The best thing you can, why am I'm not getting any, why is my chat not working? What would I have to do to fix my chat? I can't get it to work. It's not. You closed-minded fools who drank the Kool-Aid will never know. Yeah, what about Jonestown? Everybody remember Jonestown? They drank the Kool-Aid. 900 people died in Jonestown. Okay. Why is I can't get my is this not working? Am I think I might be buffering because I'm not getting any comments. Let's see. Oh, that's the green screen. Oh, that's how okay. Mute. You closed-minded fools. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I can't get anybody. There's no more chats coming up. What is going on here? Wait, let me. Okay, wait. I'm gonna X out and X back in. Just give me a second here. Refresh. I'm gonna refresh. Give me a second. I gotta pull over though to do that. I can't do it and drive because I'll hit a curb. I've hit curbs before. It's not cool. It's not fun. It's not fun to hit curbs. This guy in front of me might be drunk because he's taking both lanes. Oh, guys. Look at him. I think he's drunk. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to pull over so I won't get hit by him. I knew about this spot right here. Whoa. I'm going to refresh. Give me a minute. Okay. Come on, back to life. Come on, back to life. Back to life. Back to life. Oh, I'm in black and white. No, I'm not color. It's the chat. Is that the chat? Is that the chat? Is that the chat? Is that the chat? Uh-oh. Back. Flip. Pin to the live stream. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I guess I'm just going to cut it. I guess I'm just going to cut it. All right, guys. I'm going to cut it because I can't figure out what's going on. So, like, subscribe, and share. Right? Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share to my channel. Where's the chat? It's not working. I guess I'm buffering. There it is! Okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. I'm back. Let me see what you guys are saying here. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. It says mountain bike addict. Why? Okay. Oh, okay. So Keith Stevenson says, okay, Charlie Berry working. Ryan Bloomdale, go away. Baby Vato. And she's back. And I'm back. I was resetting it because my chat wasn't going. Start out here. Okay. So here's a nice view of Fort Worth. Oh. I guess we'll find out tomorrow what happened with that kid. There's a lot of family there. How terrible. You just go out to have a good time and you get killed. For what? For what? Okay, that's green. Okay. Oh, I wish I could read the chat, but I'm going to hit a wall if I do. This is Fort Worth. No traffic right now because it's Sunday. Sunday. I don't think the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Nope. No way. They're 2-1 already. Okay. 2-1. Wow, there's a little bit of traffic. Get away from these walls. I'm going to take a peek at the chat. The walls are not cool. Look at these walls, how close they are to my car. Look how close they are to my car. I don't want to hit one. Lots of people commit suicide off these bridges, by the way, every year. And this is the main drag, 35. 35. City buses are out on Sundays. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. This is lane ends. Scoot over. Scoot over. Okay. Antonio Garcia says how? How? Death always is a sad thing. Yeah. It says Sue. Because where... oh shoot, I can't read it. Because where there is a God and that's his breath, sent out God, forbid it should return. Okay, I can't read that. Too long. I don't want to swerve. Damien. Cynthia Thompson. I'm Generation X. Ooh. A former Democrat of 30 years. Whoa, former Democrat. I think I know more than you do about what's going on. So are you Republican now since you're a former Democrat? I mean, I don't like the idea that, well, let's see what else it says here. That'd be a kind of cool addiction to have, mountain bike. I hope my car drives straight. Looks like highway. Ontario, Canada. Yeah, they also kind of look the same. When you go to Mexico, though, the highways look so different down there. They're so dangerous. Oh my God, they're not built like we do have a lot of government regulation here, but you know, they don't have government regulation. They take shortcuts and they don't like your curves on your roads have to have certain grades, you know, and they don't have that in Mexico. But there's still a lot of government regulation here. Too much. It prevents people from starting businesses, you know. It does. But one thing about Texas, Fort Worth anyways, our weather's pretty good year round. We do have ice storms and we do have cold, but it's not like forever like in Ontario. It's up there by Ontario and the Great Lakes. What's this say? Oops. Uh-oh, I think I might put this one in time out by accident. Maybe not. You're a bicentennial baby? Aww. People don't know what that is. That means she was born in 1976. That was 200 years of the country's anniversary. We had the $2 bills and all kinds of bicentennial stuff. Spirit of 76. Came a long way in 200 years. That's when they only had 3 channels on TV. Now we have hundreds. Okay. George is about to get blocked. Okay. I think I blocked somebody by accident with my thumb. Alright. This is a scary bridge. They narrowed it. I don't like it. I had a flat tire on this bridge once. Oh my God. I had a limp on my rim down here a little ways, and a nice man changed it for me. And now I have to fill my tire with air every month because it has a little vent in it from where I had to limp on it. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate my wrenches, by the way. And I'm going to put out some more members only videos. I really do appreciate y'all. I've got another channel too called Carolina Is Here. I'm working on that one. Definitely lost my market share due to my probation conditions. They did it to me. They got me there, all right. They got me there. Okay, they got me. Whoa. Not fairly, but they did. This is I-20, so I can take this road right here all the way to Shreveport if I want to, but I'm going in the opposite direction. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to my channel, Carolina and Fort Worth. It helps me a lot. Become a member too, because that helps me too, man. Shoot, I have so many illegal fees and stuff right now. Oh my God, I'm gonna be arrested like in a week. So I'm gonna have to start live streaming all week and just push that. I'm gonna need that. If everybody could throw down like $2 or $3, I could be able to get out of jail in a couple weeks after that. Okay. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm trying to read. Oh, someone's getting mad. George Daly. Bruce Bradley, phone in hand, a $800 ticket, and an accident in the making. That's right. But I didn't know you can't have your phone in your hand. I thought you just couldn't, like, I mean, I'm not texting. Okay, maybe a little bit. No. I've never had an accident texting and driving. I know people who have killed people. Your dad left MAGA this month? My dad, before he died, was getting mad at Trump. My dad just recently passed away. He went really fast. He died of pneumonia. It just hit him. But I have his dog. There's a lot of curbs over here. Right where I'm at right now. Ugh. One house on this whole street that has Halloween decorations. Okay. Thanks for coming in, everybody. I'd appreciate. See how we had good debates? We had debates, right? Just like Charlie Kirk did. And I told you all about my views on tariffs and competition and the invisible hand and Adam Smith. And I love Milton Friedman. He's my favorite economist. Oh, I hear sirens. Maybe not. I was just imagining it. I haven't had any dreams, so to go take over a country like Abraham. I mean, oh my goodness. They took over, the Jews took Israel because of Abraham's dream. What if somebody in Mexico has a dream and they come take Texas back? Okay, guys, I'm fixing to cut it off because I'm fixing to die here. I like the debates. I wish I could. I'm gonna go home and read these later. Well, I wish I could remember the name of that guy that was so mean to me and Manuel on his Facebook. Michael, wait, what's his name? Dang it. Can't believe I can't remember his name. Stay. Okay. Holy Ghost says Wyoming, Utah, Washington State, Washington, D.C., New York for Wall Street, not Iran, China, Russia, North Korea said it. Okay. Trump directly quotes Hitler also. He does? You know, you can say what you want to about Hitler, but Hitler came at a good time to take over a country. And he was an excellent speaker. And he practiced in front of the mirror. And that's why he was a good dictator. No dictator's good, but that's how he took over. Because he was a great speaker. And he was able to spin the yarn and tell lies. And make promises. He blamed everything on the Jews. But I didn't know that Trump quotes Hitler. What quote did what did he say that Hitler said? Did he say something Hitler said for reals? I wish I knew what that was. I wish I knew which quotes that Hitler was using. I mean that Trump was using of Hitler's. Because if he's going to quote Hitler, he needs to give him credit for it, right? He needs to give him credit for it. It's too dark to look at the chat. Because I'll hit a curb. I don't want to hit a curb. Man, I gotta find out the name of that guy that was talking bad about me in his Facebook. Okay. I can't remember his name. Okay, it says. Let's see what it says here. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye right here. Okay. Thanks for coming in. Thank you to all the wrenches who really helped me, George Daly. Thanks for watching my back and getting the personal stuff out of there. You know, like wrenching people out. They would Hypergirl says, Antonio, no, they would like our dads and they died only for America to be downfalling. Thank you, Kay Stevenson. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work that you're having with Eric Brand. I know that you're keeping him. You keep him in the gist of things. Ta-ta. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Scott. I'm going to try to get that money because I don't think it's... I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going to jail next week. But you know what? Every time I've gone to jail, my toenails were not done. So I'm going to go home and do my toenails, and then I won't go to jail. Pastor Strudel, huh? Here's a link to things he said. Oh, thank you. You're a minister. Cool. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Avocado hollandaise sauce with chopped tomatoes. Ooh. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming in. Google tomorrow and find out what happened exactly in Fort Worth. I wish I knew if it was a gang-related shooting or just... I wasn't going to go down and ask the family. That wouldn't be in good taste. They probably don't know either. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.